there's a lot more, pretty much to stop PC on PC violence.
Yeah, my image etiquette usually doesn't go with the instant, I will kill you for this. It's usually, I will fucking, fight you to the first blood for honor or something.
Yeah.
Have you never read Victorian fiction? You have insulted my wife. You shall meet me on the field of honor. Pistols at dawn.
Yeah, Japan is often more sensible than that, or it's supposed to be.
But anyway, we have Crystal now, which means we have everybody who we're going to have for tonight.
Yep.
I'm here.
So
work was a pain in the ass.
I can't imagine. Do you need a couple minutes to get a drink or anything?
I got water. I'm good at the moment.
Okay. Good. So, where last we left off, and I do apologize that it's been such a long time, you had been out on one of your very first nights patrolling the streets of Ubersreich as the newly pressed members of the Ubersreich Watch. You have seen a few things, you've done a few things, but on this particular night, as Morsley rose high in the sky, you came across what looked to be some manner of horrific murder happening down an alleyway with a creature crouched over the skinned body of a man. And forsooth, you all gave chase, chasing the beast in its swiftness down to what eventually transpired to be the entrance to the sewers of Ubersreich. You have decided amongst you that it is best that this foul beast be brought to justice or murdered to stop it from preying on the innocent members of the Ubersreich community. So down you went into the sewers, out of the light of Morsley and into the darkness, where you now are gathered, peering into the corridors.
Yep.
Yay!
Let me just do a thing here. Where is
Quick, wizard, cast magic missile at the darkness.
Okay.
I don't know how to do that, I'm afraid.
Okay, so Theobald is still able to be... his character sheet should still be visible to you all. And his token should be able to be moved by you all. Is that still valid?
Yes.
Yep.
You can all move Kavanagh as well?
Where is Kavanagh? There he is!
Okay, good.
Okay, dog, scout.
I'm sure Telson actually would appreciate it if you stopped calling him dog.
Alright, I've just changed Wen's settings too so that you can all control him.
Why did we head down into the sewers?
You headed down into the sewers to find the man who stole the skin.
Yeah.
Or the thing who stole the skin.
When was with
It
us,
looked
and when
like it
came with.
could... But yeah, so you... Yep.
Okay, so game plan. If anything happens, I want you to run around, scream and run around in circles.
Was that to when?
Not seriously.
Oh, that's the plan. I'm enacting.
But yeah, so you can arrange yourselves as you want. I know that technically they only really seem to be wide enough for one
Person.
One token at a time, but the corridors are actually wide enough that two people can walk side by side, if a little closely.
Probably should let Snake ahead the check.
That's fair. That is fair.
Don't
I will be not right behind you because I am not sneaky, but as close as I can be while you're being sneaky, just in case something needs some punch in the face.
Punch in the face, always good.
I want to agree on some secret calls, though. If you get captured, if you get found out, Talcon, I want you to scream like a dying halfling.
Can do.
Okay. Now you've got night vision, don't you?
Yep.
Okie dokie.
I think he's the only one.
Yep.
No, I think think Theobald has it too.
Oh
doesn't he?
yeah, no, Theobald has it. Ratcatchers get it as well.
Mhm.
All right. Well, what I'll do is I will give you some visibility.
That makes
Is
sense,
even-
actually.
Even night vision isn't going to be perfect, but you'll be able to see a little ways down the hall, down the corridor.
Mushroom.
Yes, and yeah, in fact, it is a surprisingly large mushroom. It's not uncommon to see fungus in the sewers of most of the major cities. Obviously, the dampness and the refuse that gets washed down is often quite good for fungus to grow on. But this is legitimately a mushroom that is probably about as tall as you are, Talcon.
Kill it. And now think when we go around here, take a look around this corner.
Okay, no problems. So again, you'll probably be able to see down to the end of the corridor, roughly. So as you look down the corridor, you'll see obviously dank and dripping walls, the mix of stonework and patched up mud daub that you kind of associate with the sewers of Ubersreich. It's not exactly a well put together place. I must admit this map is probably a bit a bit less ramshackle than the actual sewers are. But I will get you to roll your perception for me, or any awareness that you've got.
Where are you? Perception.
Just at base, because it is dark, and even with your night vision, it's not going to be super easy to see these sorts of things.
Nope. First
Okay.
roll of the day. That's definitely an
That bodes well.
indicator of what's going on.
All right. Well, I'll say it's not anything that's hugely important right at this second. You're not going to get eaten by a grue or anything, so it's probably not worth wasting a point on at the moment.
Exactly what a Gru would say.
I know, right? But yeah, so you lost the creature when it went down into the sewers. So at this point, your guess as to where it went is as good as anyone's. The walls, as I said, are kind of dank and dripping. There's any number of dark marks on them that could be mud, could be blood, could be shit, could be any number of things. So
Well, not sure whether to go forward or back. Well, sideways. Yeah, I'm picking
Mhm.
the direction.
all right, no problems. Okie dokie. I'll reveal a bit more area.
I guess we have to be here.
All right.
Pass.
Lorelei, if you're going to go walking without a light source, you will have to make a check so you
Also-
don't trip.
I do believe I did actually mention last time, I do have a storm lantern that gives
Yeah,
light
we
up to
all
like
have-
20 or 30 yards.
Well, the question is whether you want to go shining that down the corridors at this point in time, or whether you want to keep it shuttered a little bit so you don't notify everything that's in the sewers that you're right there.
Does Tomas's hair count as a light source?
No. I'm
This is
not
so-
utilizing my magic at the moment, so no.
There's no point to Talcon sneaking if y'all are going to just be like, we're here with a gigantic light source. So, yeah. So yeah, you'll come to the junction where the giant mushroom is growing in the dry sewer bed before you. Other bits of rubbish and flotsam and jetsam, things like that. And you can see further down the corridor. I'll get you to roll perception again, but this time I will give you a plus 20.
Success. With
Excellent.
+4.
Okay, so ordinarily, given the darkness, I wouldn't have said that you could see a lot of this, but you will notice that there are tiny pinpricks of light here and here. And that as you look at them and you focus on them and your night vision kind of picks up what they are, you'll realize that they're relatively small mushrooms, about the size of your clenched, well, large mushrooms, but small compared to the one you're standing next to, about the size of your clenched fist, that are subtly glowing in the darkness.
mushrooms.
My apothecary. Ooh, shiny. Senses are tingling.
And you can hear the sound of rushing water from ahead of you.
Is there nothing but pressing darkness to his left and to his right?
Oh, yep. Yeah, sorry, I forgot that he had come up that far. Un momento, por favor. Well, as you can probably tell, that end's a dead end. Because
Dang
the top of the
dead
map is there.
ends.
Yep.
And down there, the sewer bed goes off into further darkness and kind of takes a turn.
Well, if I go that way, I'm gonna have to jump the thing. I've already had bad issues with that.
Well, this one's dry.
Oh.
You can see there's no water in it. You can hear water elsewhere, but at the moment this one has no water in it. So you can climb down and climb across it if you want to go across. You wouldn't need to take a test because it's not particularly deep.
True. I think I'll go back for a minute though.
Okay.
Mostly because
Alright.
otherwise I'm gonna be way too far.
Okay, as you walk up and you reach that corner, you are going to step on something that gives you pause because it kind of rolls underneath your foot.
Yeah.
And as you look down, you'll realize that it's a bone that's about the length of a man's thigh.
Ah, that's always fun.
Yeah. And there's a few more in the pile. You see what look possibly like knuckle bones and a smooth curved fragment of skull.
Pleasant, indeed.
Okay, so I will let you see. I'll let you see down here. And you'll hear one of the sources of water at least. But there is another sewer this way. This one seems to be running with water. And
I can regret not wearing shoes.
oh yeah, you have bare feet, so
Oh, you're gonna have some fun disease checks.
Are you telling me where to go, or are you telling me what to
No.
avoid?
No, that was an accidental ping because I was trying to.
That was you? I saw Aldemar ping.
No, it was me.
There's a lot of shades of purple dice.
Yeah, that was me trying to get the right fucking function up so I could give you a bit of a. You will see a kind of lessening of the darkness down there. It does seem like there may be some light source down that way.
Which way? This way or this way?
So the way I've just revealed, down this way.
And the bones are this way.
The bones are kind of all around that corner. You can see that whole refuse pile that you're standing on. It's like a whole bunch of rubbish, and in the rubbish is bones.
Yep. Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Okay.
Neat.
Imagine the rest of us are just kind of chit-chatting in the back to ourselves, going,
I'm listening very
Alright.
closely for the sound of a screaming halfling.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And so you're gonna probably see about. You'll probably see about this far down.
I played way too many RPGs. I keep expecting a basilisk around the corner.
So the rushing, well, it's not exactly rushing. It's more kind of
A
just
lazy trickle?
flowing lazily. It's a bit more than a trickle, not as much of a rush as the sewers that you found in Altdorf. You can see that again, piles of refuse and rubbish have stacked up in there. There's identifiable rubbish, like there's bits of wood, there's bits of cloth, fragments of old barrel, segments of bone, things like that. And there's some more unidentifiable rubbish.
Mhm.
Okay.
Ding, 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 ding.
See if we get any screaming halfling now.
So no screaming halfling yet, though. How far forward do you actually go? Do you stop there, Talcon, or do you kind of lean forward to peer around the corner?
Peer around the corner. And thank you, GM Questions, for paranoia.
Okay. Roll your perception for me, please.
Better than initiative.
Nope.
Okay, you do not see the spider web that is roughly about twice your size before you stick your face right into it.
Ah!
And we have a screaming halfling.
Can
Do
I
you
tell what direction the scream came from?
do you actually scream, or is it more of a startled yelp?
It's more of a start with the yelp.
Okay.
It's like literally just.
You're not gonna hear that then. He didn't actually scream. It was just more of a ah.
Fair enough.
I would become an instant ninja master kung fu.
So you've got a fair few options as to where to go. You may want to go back and consult with the rest of the group, because you are now getting further and further into the sewers after this unnamed creature. And you've left your friends behind, and the sound of water is getting louder.
I'm sure they'll come immediately if I stop screaming.
Look, you may have left your friends behind, but you can still dance.
But if you scream and we hear you and we come running, we won't know where you went.
Mhm.
That's also true.
Echoes are a thing.
Mhm.
Just, if we saw him go down here to the right,
Mhm.
and you wouldn't know where he went after that.
Dun, dun, dun,
Back
dun,
across the crunchy bone pile.
Oh, the disease checks.
Well, I am
Don't go
going
in the
to
water.
say that he's a halfling, so there's only going to be very certain things that will actually wound him enough to make him do a disease check just from walking around. Standing on the pile of rubbish, it won't. I will say he will have seen. No, I won't say he will have seen well enough, so no, I'm not going to point out that yet. Anyway.
You found our quarry?
Nope. There's a lot of empty. There is a lot of bones in there, though. Probably more than you'd expect in a sewer.
I don't know, it's a sewer. I expect quite a few bones.
Perhaps we should look for tracks.
It's probably one of the better places for the criminals to dump bodies.
Well, they're kind of picked clean bones rather than, like, dumped bodies and all that.
Huh. Well, I mean, you'd expect the rats to get out quickly.
You mentioned rats. Oh my gee. Carbanog, no.
Yes,
No.
and at the mention of rats, Cabernog is going to start kind of bouncing and giving soft woofs of excitement, like.
But yeah, it's pretty clear on several sides. I can take us down several areas, but I didn't. There's an area with water and a couple areas with some weird fungus. Literally glowing fungus that produces light.
And now Ermina's heard strange thing, strange funguses, and she's going, ooh.
She also starts bouncing around and yipping.
Yeah, kind of.
No, the glowing fungus is down another path, actually. It's actually an entirely different path.
So should we go towards the fungus or the bones? I say bones, because that's probably where anything dangerous is going to be.
I mean, couldn't we look for any, signs of recent passage?
Well, Tiger's not exactly a tracker, so he's not exactly going to be able to tell you that.
Wandering down a corridor and hope for the best.
I mean, you can certainly look.
We know there's nothing in the immediate area. Lorelei, do you have some means or other to divine whence our quarry went?
Does Carbanog have the scent of the thing? Probably not. Well, maybe. Try and figure out where the last area the random thing we know of stepped, and have Carbanog try and get the scent. Possibly.
About the best I could do is summon a local animal. See if maybe it can point us in the right direction. which I'm willing to give a shot. I have no idea what type of animal I'm going to get in the sewers.
That is a good
Rats.
question.
You cast it, and then Carabanog just runs over to you.
Oh, maybe we don't look for stuff. So let's just go.
I mean, as I said, you can look.
What skill would that be?
Is tracking a skill in this system?
That's what I'm not,
Outdoor
that's what I'm actually not sure of.
Outdoor
Let's have a
survival, but that's outdoor survival.
It's perception? Question mark?
Let's have a look. Do.
The purpose of mouth.
No, outdoor survival is definitely more towards camping and things like that. Also, why are you doing this to me, PDF viewer? Why?
What about navigation?
I assume that's more for like steering a boat or a carriage, making sure you're still going.
The track skill.
Oh, there we go.
Track
Tracking
is a
is a
skill?
skill. Tracking
Yeah.
is a skill. Yeah.
Probably a advanced skill, I'm assuming.
Yes, it is.
Advanced. Does anybody have it?
No.
Does Theobald?
Yes, I spend a lot of time tracking my books. No.
Does
No.
Theobald have track? No.
Nope.
I track people. I don't track animals.
Well, we tried.
Yeah, looks like we suck.
You don't have track, Talcon?
No.
Okay. You can try using. I will allow an attempt to try using raw perception. But it will be at a -10 with the aid of the lantern, because this is not exactly a environment that's conducive to tracking.
Power perception rolls. Go.
Let's see how many times we failed this time. I remember we this.
At a -10?
I think I
At the mine.
say if we plow our way through the sewers, we will eventually find our quarry.
Wow, Roll20 does not like us in this
Nope.
game.
Okay, one more.
To be fair.
Thomas,
Theobald.
Oh, right.
are you rolling
Theobald.
perception?
Let me roll
No,
for Theobald.
Sorry, I was going to do like 3 things at once here.
What are you trying to do?
Update my spell list as well.
Nope.
I see. Alright, if one of you wants to roll for Theobald.
I did.
I
It's
already
good.
rolled.
Oh, okay, yep. Oh, I thought that was Thomas. Yep.
Yes, you
Hey,
did it.
Thomas!
1 out of 7. Amazing.
Did
Alright.
anybody roll when?
Oh, yeah, you can also roll when, because he has actually got a pretty cracked out perception.
Correct, yeah. I'll roll them.
Yeah, so
I
it's
don't-
-10, don't forget.
And I don't know how to roll Carbanogs.
Nope.
Okay. I believe. Does he have it? Does the dog get perception? He must do. Perception is basic. Okay.
The dog does not. I think we went over. Oh yeah, yes.
But that's based off initiative, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they also get night vision. Forgot about that.
Okay, to solve my night vision problem, I'm just going to start carrying Carabanog and use him like a
Singing idol?
sound-based flashlight.
Alright, okay. What I want to know from you guys, though, first is how and where you're going to look for signs of this thing.
Well, you are the one who succeeded, Thomas.
He was the only one that succeeded, so what are you looking for?
Like, are you going down are you going to start looking down this corridor? Are you going to start looking down this corridor? What do you...
I'm probably going to start looking down this corridor and then like head down.
All right.
I mean,
no
if Talos is going to tell me he saw like bones continuing sort of down this way, this is probably the direction I'd go. I might take my lantern out and shutter it so it's just forward directional.
Yep. Okay, not a problem.
Just so I
All
can
right.
see where I'm going.
All right. So yeah, you all start looking around as you come out of the room that you're in into the main corridor, and you don't at first see anything to start with. You sort of go a few feet down this corridor, and you can all see what look like tracks of various sizes and of various makeups. You see feet, you see paws, you see some uncomfortably clawed tracks as well. But Thomas, as you turn and you come down this hallway and you start looking at the floor and the walls and things like that, you basically catch almost like a glimmer of something more recently damp than the old tracks of dampness on the walls. And if you reach out to touch it, you will realize that it is a very sticky, almost clotted, bloody print on the wall.
I'll point it out to the others that looks like something came down this way. More recently, perhaps.
Okay, well that means no more going alone.
All right.
We should then proceed.
As it's at this point, I'm gonna start following Telson and like either hand on shoulder if I can't see, or close enough to where I can keep him in whatever my limited field of vision is.
Okay. Well, at the moment, Thomas has said he's got his lantern shuttered, but ready, so you can all see to walk without having to take a test, as long as you stay relatively close to each other.
Oh, Carabanog's on Wen.
Wen's on Cabernog, but you know.
Huh, how did they get stacked like that?
So yeah, and as you all come down this way and you pass over the pile of bones, I will get you all this time, please, to roll perception for me.
Any
boy.
modifier?
Not this time. It's just base perception.
I could
Fancy
just
shit.
keep walking on by.
Nope.
Okay.
Theobald perception.
Thomas is seeing very well
Yeah.
today.
Thomas got some.
Thomas is our eyeballs.
I'm your seeing eye wizard.
Seeing eye bird.
I'm not a bird.
Sorry, the bird confused me.
So
Can you turn into a bird? Wizards sometimes turn into birds.
Okay.
Not that kind of wizard.
Can someone roll for when?
I can roll for Carabanog.
I got Win.
There.
2-2.
When is too
Oh.
scared. All right, so for this round,
And Carabanog didn't see it.
Thomas, Erwin, no, not Thomas. Sorry, Erwin, Aldemar, and Thomas. Yeah, you all succeeded. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, you got 2, you got 2, you got 4. All right. Those of you who got less than 3 success levels, you think you hear a voice or voices coming from this way. It's hard to tell over the sound of the water. It kind of burbles and bubbles, and combined with the echoes makes it difficult to hear. Thomas, you know you heard a voice down this way. You weren't able to make out exactly what it said, but it was a man's voice.
Layman Thorn Pocket, time to be a hero.
Alright,
And if there's someone around it, then they can see my light from where they are.
It's a very good chance that yes, they can. All right. All right, Talcon, you are going to see two men talking to
Oh,
each
good.
other.
That's normal.
This
Is it?
man is sorry. This man is facing away from you, but seems to be in the process of hurrying over the sewer, the dry sewer bed. This man is facing down the corridor, looking directly in your direction, where Thomas's light was reflecting off the wall. I don't know if he shuttered it yet.
I didn't say I had, so.
And
It's
there is a well, there's a room behind him, but you can't see into the room.
Talcon's gonna raise up 2 fingers to the Lorelei.
You gonna nod? Not say anything?
I mean, is the man silhouetted like there's light behind him from the room, or?
When
Everyone's just gathering up.
everyone's stacking up. There is actually light behind him from the room. And as Talcon peers around the corner, he will see that there are other bodies in the room moving. But it's hard to see who they are or what they are behind the man standing in the doorway and his friend coming up to talk to him across the sewer. But you can see that there are people moving.
Okay, I think we can rush these guys.
What are the chances that they are just citizens?
There,
As Talcon watches around the corner, the one who had obviously been moving away from this direction over to here, turns and points back in your direction.
Okay, that's bad.
What good law-abiding citizens hang out in sewers?
Is it to be going, or?
But I digress.
Hear me out. If we kill them all, then if they were criminals, we'll have done the right thing and the smart thing. And if they're innocent, no one will ever find the bodies.
I mean, it's not wrong. Do you want to lead the way since you've all pushed past me?
You do remember that if
I'd
they're
like
like poor folk or peasants, we get bonuses to talking with them in a friendly way.
I'm going to whisper as quietly as I can to Talson. Do they look armed? Can you see weapons?
That is a good question. Do I see weapons?
Absolutely, yes.
Yep.
You see that the smaller man has definitely got a jack on his belt and a dagger on the other side. You see that the bigger man has got a very large club.
Ah, your standard thief weapons.
Pretty much.
We encountered the thieves guild in the sewers.
They're not halflings, I don't care.
I guess they know we're here, so maybe we should do something about that.
Probably. Either we do the Lorelei special, or we do the Aldemar special.
Probably because as you talk, this man starts moving this way, and this man turns around. This man turns around to talk to someone in the room behind him.
Either talk or fight. Someone do something quick. Because Taka's not gonna be the one rushing out to get punched in the face.
Fuck it, fight, charging in.
Oh. I shouldn't have left that decision up in the air.
Yeah, no, it's fucked.
Okay. Sorry, just bear with me. For fuck's sake, hang on a second.
I mean, I want to say we should talk, but these guys are clearly a pack of thieves, so almost certainly they'll respond violently. So
Well, here's to say that violencing precludes talking. I mean, you hold one to the ground, you start asking them questions, they're much more likely to give you an answer than if you're just like, hello, how are you today?
Well, if there's quite a few of them, then
This might be a very bad situation. I wouldn't worry too much about it, though. It'll be fine. Also,
Okay.
I'll be right back.
All right. Well, then I'm going to pause that just for a second there. I'm not going to reveal what's in the room until Andy gets back. Okay.
Well, I mean, you do have this passage bottleneck, so it's not like you're going to get swarmed.
That is true. That is true. I forget. What did I say I wanted initiative to be? I think it was 1d10 plus your initiative bonus, wasn't it?
Oh god, I keep forgetting this game couldn't fucking decide how it wanted to do initiative.
Yeah, and it was
It
like,
just
you
gave you,
could
like,
use
3
the initiative
options.
score, but you could also do this, but you could also do that.
We can always do the initiative of everyone does everything at once.
Oh right, god, yeah.
I was like, here's how we're gonna do this. Just everyone shout what you're doing right now.
No, it's another John Wick reference. He talked about how he likes in his games there not to be initiative. Everyone decides what they're going to do, and then it all happens simultaneously.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the conceit of most RPGs, is that, yes, everything happens more or less.
Except it's more literally, like, someone punches. If everyone's going to be punching at once, it's going to happen at the same exact time.
Like, if you've seen all those enemy fights where 2 people manage to punch each other in the face perfectly simultaneously, it's that every round.
Exactly.
Well, that was the thing that got to me was like, yeah, no, we understand that in turn-based things are happening around the same time, or they're not literally happening in perfect sequence. But everything happening literally at the same time doesn't really work because it doesn't reflect the idea at all that certain people can be faster than others or have better reflexes than others.
Okay, good. All right. So I'm gonna get everyone to roll their initiative with 1d10 plus your initiative bonus.
I have entirely forgotten what the initiative was.
It's
Oh,
the
right.
eye.
The initiative.
Yeah, it's the I
Holy
that's not int.
Holy crap, it's been way too long. Hey, perfect.
Okay.
I'm good with 11.
Yay!
Let's say we all should be about the same speed.
Not me.
Yep, this is not. We're not elves, and no one's really like limp or anything. And Thomas is holy crap.
Yeah.
All right, everybody recheck your initiative because it was doing that thing where people overwrite themselves.
All right.
Yeah, everyone's trying to add it, so...
Oh, right, yeah. I didn't add mine in yet because I was waiting.
Yeah.
Because I kind of forgot. There we go.
One day I'll play a character who's fast.
You're the same speed as us, you just rolled real bad.
One day I will play a character who's fast.
Okay. Oh, when?
When has this?
He's still faster than me.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. Okay, so I am going to move you back a step, Lorelei, because he is going to have stepped forward when he saw you coming. Because he knew he was coming. So you can have a choice. You get to go first before him on the initiative order, so there's that. Oh wow, Talcon and
Charge in, my halfling friend.
Talcon and
rock.
Carabanog.
okay. Okay, so Lorelei and Aldemar both rolled the same. Who's got the higher actual initiative out of Aldemar and Lorelei?
I have 33.
I also have 33.
35.
Okay, so Aldemar does get to go before Lorelei.
And Carabanog has 35.
Okay.
So the Terrabonog's doing it before me.
So the dog gets to go first.
Ruff, ruff.
All
While
right.
we're talking, discussing something, Carabanog just rushes ahead through our legs and bites someone.
Pretty much. Okay, so there's a couple things going to happen. First things first, I'm going to reveal this because you can see that. You can just see it's just a continuation of the of that area. You can also see down here, which is the same again. You can see that it's just a continuation and a dead end. You will also be able to see, because Chubsy Ubsy there has stepped away from the door, you'll be able to see at least this far in and see that there are several young women in the room, as well as, at least as far as you can see from here, as well as 2 other men, both of whom are readying up weapons.
Okay.
Okay, we made the
Possibly
right
either-
choice.
It's either a slave prostitution ring or we're clubbing some sort of homeless commune.
Maybe both.
All right, Lorelei, question: are you kind of hyper laser focused on Dude Man's, or does the existence of the people behind him give you pause to want to look?
Here's the thing. Telson gave me a 2. I think there are 2 dudes there. My reaction to the situation is going to be, Fang and Claw, because I Fang and Claw. So I'm thinking more of a... Actually, hold on. What would be, like, this... Can I actually ask for a roll on, like, my perception, my whatever, to see whether or not I would notice them, or if I would just charge?
Yeah, sure.
'Cause I'm-
I'll allow it.
Alright, that would just be perception, yeah?
Yeah. That is very nice. That is very nice perception. You can see that the young women in question are actually chained wrists together and
Tackle.
ankles together.
Tackle.
Bite face off, and then Carabinog's gonna come up and be like, "We're doing the biting thing!"
Yeah, well,
Oh,
you
yeah,
don't get a surprise round, so Cabernog actually gets to act first.
Okay. Yeah, I guess small...
No, as I said, this is...
Do you want Small Dog to attack Dude Man here? Or the Dude Man that's trying to run away?
Well, hold on. The guy that's... Since it's a dog, and dogs have a prey trace, I'm pretty sure he would go after the guy that's running away.
Yeah,
He's got night vision, skittish?
in general, dogs will chase a moving target over it. Unless they've specifically been trained, dogs will chase a moving target over a stationary one. That's why it's hard to catch your dog when it's got off the leash, because as soon as you start chasing, it's like, this is a game!
Yeah. The
Honestly,
thing
I'm kind of
is,
glad I went before.
thing is, this guy's running away, but this guy's coming towards Lorelei.
That is true, but he's kind of stopped at the edge of the sewer ditch to basically ready up his gigantic club, so...
How far does he run? Agility,
Pretty
3.
far, if I remember last time.
Yeah. That's right, because movement speeds in this are ridiculous.
He's
Yeah,
got movement
because-
4, if I'm
Yeah.
right, because
He's a tiny dog, so he's got 1 less movement speed than the average for a dog,
He's
which
about-
is 5.
so he's about the same as me. He got charge is like triple, isn't it?
Yeah, the-
Charge is...
Run 16.
Run... Should be 16. If he was running...
Oh, that was right, because we discovered there was something really weird about movement in combat in this game, didn't we?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
moving
like
during
running
combat.
versus charging versus whatever.
165. Moving during combat. Movement table. A single turn, either walking or running without having to make an athletics sprint. Alright, so yeah, he can run 16 yards.
What do you think? I'm just gonna look through that Discord there and see what the hell they write.
So... He could get
so he
Dude
can
Man.
easily reach both
He
of them.
can. He could easily charge Dude Man here.
Yep, and he gets +1 advantage for barreling into his opponent.
Yeah, barreling. There. So he gets a little dot on him.
He gets a dot. Yep.
So then he makes a attack, and that's 35 plus 5, 40 plus 10, 50. Guess.
Charge combat. If you charge your action, must melee attack. Move characters with charge up before you run range. You gain +1 advantage for barreling into him. Yep, so he gets that. Okay.
And then +1 for attacking from charge. I'm trying to remember. I don't have the advantages pulled up.
Let's say charge gives him the +1 advantage. Normally, when we charge, it's at a sneak attack, so that's where you get the second advantage. However, this wasn't a sneak attack, so we're aware of it. So
Yeah,
we just
each
have the one, and
advantage
then
you
if he
secure
hits.
adds +10 to any appropriate combat test. So yes, he gets to roll his attack with the +1 from his +10 from his advantage.
Yep.
So-
If he wins, then he gets more advantage, and it just keeps stacking.
So, little dog, do it! 22 against 50.
That's 2 success levels, isn't it?
50 is 1, then 40, then 30, so it's 3.
Okay, 3. Okay, cool.
I don't know how much damage he does.
Well, first, what was it? Dude Man gets to oppose.
Yeah, he gets to defend on that.
Dude Man
And
fails.
fails miserably. How much does he fail by? He fails by 3 success levels.
Consider this a small dog going for the throat. Do I have to bring up the, the Monty Python bunny clip again?
Yes, because that's Kerbanog. But
If
he
you win the
doesn't.
test, hit your opponent gain +1 advantage.
Okay, so I'll give him another dot.
Yep. You lose the dot you use. No, you keep them. That's right. That's how they stack. That's right. You only lose dots once you start losing tests, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you lose a test, you lose all of your dots, and if you don't engage in combat, you lose 1 dot per round, I believe.
Oh, it also gains +10 because it's also smaller.
Oh, so.
Oh, okay. Well,
he
so he
get
would have gotten
4,
an extra. He gets an extra 1 to his damage.
Yep.
Which this is
Is
Wait,
not
if he's
statted
smaller, shouldn't he have
anywhere.
to overcome fear?
I think the little dog, given your combat
He's
history
trained
so
in
far,
war. He's trained for
Yeah.
war.
Fair enough.
he
Yeah, he
is
trained the dog,
for
didn't he?
fighting. He did, yes.
Oh, okay. Disregard then.
Weapon +5, so he gets. +5 is including the strength bonus, isn't it? Yep. So he gets 5 plus his success levels.
So 9.
9 damage
Grr.
to the dude man. So
Drips out an Achilles tendon. Since he rolled
That's
22,
his
isn't that a
left
crit?
arm, and that is a critical.
that is very true. That is a critical.
So does he get another advantage? Like I said, I don't have.
I don't think you get another advantage for a crit, but it does more damage.
The crit could give you a further advantage, maybe? I can't remember. Alright.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah. Additions. No, that's not it. Criticals. Okay. 172. Alright. And that was his left arm, you said?
22 goes to the left arm, it looks like. Or, well, secondary arm.
Alright. Yeah, that's his left arm. He is right-handed. So, roll 1d100.
Another one. Okay. 15.
Okay. Oh, okay. No, when you receive a critical wound, you do not determine the struck location by reversing your roll. Instead, you roll 1d100 again and refer to the hit location table, and then roll another 1d100 for the critical result. So, what is 15 on the hit locations?
Arm, left arm. Still.
Fair enough. So yeah, roll another 1d100 for the
I don't
actual
like
critical.
if on the 15 I don't reverse that one, right?
No.
Okay, yeah, so it is still left arm. Another
Yep.
1d100. 33. Ow.
Yay! 33 to the arm. Arm critical wounds, torn muscles, wounds 2. The blow slams into your forearm, gain a bleeding condition and a torn muscle minor injury. He's fucked.
So what?
Okay.
He ripped into his leg?
Arm.
His arm.
Oh.
He's basically just hanging off this guy's arm, snarling and shaking, and this guy is screaming and battering at him with his free hand and just bleeding everywhere.
He's trying to.
Yeah, well, he's slapping ineffectually. Talcon, it is your turn.
Talcon's gonna walk over here and throw a rock at this guy. Surprise happening, rock.
Surprise rock.
I just need to figure out. Let's see, it's 6. I think it's that point blank or that short range. Nothing. Gotta figure it out. Short range is divided by 2. Point blank is divided by 10. What's 6 divided by 10?
1/6.
6 divided by 10?
Point blank would be a yard in this case. If it's anything less than a yard, then it's a yard.
Short range then. So it's short range is additional.
Where exactly is this guy in the back on the grid? This guy.
One second, I gotta figure out what these rolls are right
I've
now.
got to add them to the turn order.
Oh.
Where the heck is that chart? Here we go. Plus 20, and then another plus 30, another plus 10 because I'm smaller.
Okay.
Halfling rock, go! Not very well, but still rock.
Okay. I will attend to that in a second. We're just going to shove them in the relevant places. Okay. And you're throwing it at Friendo here, yeah?
Damn, I can't really get to him, so it's just.
No, he was throwing it at this guy. I was just curious
Okay.
exactly what square this on because I'm planning out my turn.
Oh, okay. Fair. All right, so he has got...
Yeah, I'm also doing it to distract him from trying to do whatever he's doing to try. His Laura is about to charge him anyway.
Okay,
Yeah, I
so
am.
he has got... Ooh, he just fails his dodge.
And he gets smacked in the face.
He got smacked in the face with a rock.
3 damage.
Roll your damage. Okay, 3 damage. All right.
Yep, because it's only.
Okay, -3.
I mean, you don't roll damage in the system, which is I think I generally like it that damage is a flat value. It's just adjusted by how well you do on your attack.
Yeah. No, that is pretty good.
He couldn't have actually dodged anyway because he's not at point blank range.
Oh, right, I forgot that.
Too far away to
Yeah. That business. Yep. Okay. Thank you. I will try and remember that for next turn. Okie dokie. All right.
And I get the
get, I was gonna say you get an advantage for
Yay.
maneuver.
Doming the dude with a rock.
You do,
Yeah.
yep, because you did attack him and you succeeded on your attack. Okay, so friend here. What are you gonna do, friendo? Alright, you are going to...
Also, I'm assuming female with the unique portrait is also chained up like the rest.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just to signify... basically, these ones are what you would consider of majority age. These ones are children.
Gotcha.
No. In this game, you can break up a move, can't you? You can move, do something, then move
Yeah.
to the rest of your move speed.
Yes, it's got a basic move and action system, and the action can occur at any point during your move.
Okay, good. Shit, where did that go? Un momento, por favor. I really need another monitor. This is fucking irritating.
So I think Dude Man has a better initiative than I do.
Oh yes. Oh yes. He rolled really shitty, but he has a better initiative than you. Okay.
Whatever you do, don't you fucking dare kick the Carabanog.
Don't kick the dog. Lorelai might hurt you. A lot.
Let's say Lorelai will rip out your throat with her teeth.
Okay. Alright, so friend is gonna move here. He is going to... where is... change to a different table. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Oh shit, a brick. What did I just do? Fuck. Sorry. Click something wrong. Lost what I was looking at.
Okay. Can we move through friendly figures in the system?
Yes. I'm just gonna say that because otherwise we just end up with a stupid mess. And yeah, with how long you guys have all been together, you kind of get to know how each other moves anyway. But he is going to throw something at... Fuck, he is going to throw something at Talcon, because... why not?
You asshole.
But he's going to fail.
You cannot surprise the prize happening.
So once he's done that, he's going to push past and going to fuck off this way.
Whoa,
Son of a
what's
bitch.
that? What did he throw at me? Did he
Wait,
throw another
where did
rock
you
at me?
run?
He threw a throwing knife at you.
Wait, where did he run?
This way.
Like
Back
he went
in.
back into the room and down?
No.
He ran around.
If he came out, he's gonna have to take an opportunity attack from either me or the dog, or me and the dog.
You're not in combat yet.
I think, what was it? He ran further in. I thought he just came further back to the room.
No, he
Did he go this way then?
yeah, he went that way, but also Kerbanog is hanging off the other guy's arm.
Yeah.
Kind of. He bit the arm. Doesn't mean he's dangling.
He did a crit, he's dangling.
So that's saying, how can I not be in combat? I initiated combat.
Yes, but he moved forward to basically come at you, and you didn't get a surprise attack, so you didn't get into combat. Because you started running towards a man who could see you.
Okay, so he has at least cleared this. Did we see which way he went? Left or right?
Lorelai would have seen him go this way.
Okay, how far could he have possibly gone?
Apparently far.
16.
No, he can go further than that.
Wait, what?
He's a speedy dude.
Is he an elf or something?
No.
There are talents that let you run faster. And they're in the thief type too.
That pose a dilemma to me. Let's see. He started here, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So he went here, here, here. How far could he have possibly gone? Even if it's only 16, that's too fucking far to be. He's gotten away from this combat. I think we might need to just hunt him down after we clear out these guys. Or someone else. Maybe Irwin could go chasing after him. I don't know.
Or Townsend or Lorelei.
Listen, I am not that fast.
All right, question. Will AoEs go around corners?
Depends on what the type of AoE is. And
Alright,
if it's
well, I
anything
guess-
if it's anything involving flames, given that you're in a dry part of the sewer and this is mostly made of brickwork, stone, and rock, it probably would funnel to a degree.
All right. I'm going to come heading out here, head over to this guy's side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Blessed Sigmar, burn these heathen souls. Do. Any pluses or minors to try? Any pluses or malices to trying to invoke Soulfire?
I roll me a quick perception as you come across the sewer bed into combat.
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna see the young women chained up in that room after that man has basically,
Yeah, I know.
as you've rounded the corner, he's disappeared around the other corner. So, and you can see the young women. So I will allow you a +10 for the strength of your holy rage at this man trying to abuse the innocent.
Very good.
Oh, nice.
Okay, indeed. So I'm going to call that out, and that's going to get a. It's actually I haven't updated yet. It shouldn't be 4 yards anymore. It's 5 yards now because my fellowship bonus has increased.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I was asking, can I hit this guy from here?
Yeah, I'll allow it because you saw
Okay.
him in there and Sigmar's holy wrath.
Indeed. So that'll hit.
And with your success levels, you get an additional, for every 2 success level, you may increase the area of effect by plus fellowship bonus yards.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Good point. That's +2, so I might as well increase it up to 15 yards. So if you're inside this room, I think you're fucked, and you're something I don't like.
Yep.
And up to here if the guy's around this area.
Okay.
Other than the women and the women and children in there. You like the women and children.
Yes. That's the thing about Soulfire. Unlike the Meteor, which is I can only call down on enemies, fucks everything in its AoE. Soulfire radiates out from me and is selective in what it burns.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so roll that 1d10.
Unfortunately, these guys aren't green skins or demons or undead. So 7 damage straight to wounds.
Okay, so this motherfucker is a dead motherfucker.
The one that Kerbenog latched onto?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he'd already been hurt once.
Yep. So he did. He gone. This guy screams in agony at the soulfire burning his body and leaving him blistered and smoking, but he is going to stay standing. And friendo over here is going to he is also going to be in a similar situation. Like he's going to fall to the ground and start flapping at his clothing and body with his hands.
We have no idea which friendo you're talking about.
Yep. This one, sorry.
Yep.
Because a bar just appeared above his head.
We can't see it, but
No.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Let me.
everyone else should be fine, other than the shock of, well, being overcome with holy fire.
Indeed. And yeah, they will be screaming. You will hear the screaming of the young women that eventually subsides into crying. Can you see the bars now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. But you will also hear. Okay. You'll also hear from around the corner, not one, but two screams of pain.
Friendo, the friendo. How the fuck did I say it like that?
I don't know, but it amuses me. See, it would seem that Sigmar's rage has sniffed out another perfidious beast down in the sewers.
I
Oh,
can take no credit. I am merely a conduit for the justice and wrath of Sigmar.
Save it for later, Aldemar.
All right, Lorelai. The reason
Oh god,
why
that poor bastard.
the reason why I stopped you on that side of the sewer is because A, as I said, you were running headlong into combat with a man who could see you coming, and B, because to get across the dry sewer bed and into combat with the man, you will have to make an agility check. To
Or I'm
launch
just going
yourself.
to use my halberd and attack him from here.
Yeah, you can also do that.
I keep forgetting he has that.
Yep.
So yeah, you
Other than
will
probably never seen him use it.
you will
This is
get
the
the
first time I've used
bonus. Yeah, you will get the bonus. You'll get the dot from charging, so you'll get the plus 10 from charging because you did charge into combat. It's just that he stepped forward to meet you.
I'm also assisting him. I'm technically
Yeah.
in melee range with this guy, so.
Oh, yeah, you get a dot for successfully attacking, and yeah.
That also brings up, I forgot entirely to do this. How many dots do I get? We talked about this briefly, that like
Yeah.
this, we have to do something about this because it's utterly retarded. Sorry, if I can
Yeah.
just soul fire and then that'd be what, 5 dots if we applied the rules
It's
strictly
you-
as written.
Get 1 if you outmaneuver, which is you successfully damage an opponent without an opposed test.
Yeah, I think it's fair. What was
Yeah.
it? I thought it wasn't clear if it was like, if that only applies once no matter how many times you do it, or
Yeah. No, I see where you're coming from, Reeve, because yeah, while that is the rule as it's written, you get that if you if you outmaneuver, which is damage an opponent without an opposed test. You just damaged 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them without an opposed test. But yeah, I think basically a successful attack is worth a dot.
good to me. All right, Lorelai can now.
Can now stab things.
Yep. All right. So that's plus 10 for the advantage, and then plus 40 for the outnumbering.
Is that
That number
plus
him 3 to 1.
40? Yeah, well, Cabinog's no longer chewing on that man because he has fallen down dead. So
Correct.
I don't know if that would stop Cabernock necessarily.
Fair.
all right, that man will try to defend. Oh. Does it come down to success levels if you both
Yeah.
Yes.
pass?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Right, you do still get more success levels than him because 7 is pretty hard to beat. So you win the combat.
I believe when it's does he reduce the success levels on the attack?
Yes.
I didn't think
Okay,
he did.
then you have 3 success levels.
Okay, and then I probably should have just rolled from the fucking halberd,
weapon.
the polearm, yeah.
Yeah, we always forget to do that.
I'm just rolling it out there so that the thing shows, not for
Yep.
another roll.
No, that's fine.
So yeah, so it's 9 damage plus. Wait, how many success levels did he get?
He got 4 success levels, which means you ended up with 3.
So 12 wounds.
All right. Describe what you do to this poor fucker who had 2 wounds left.
As I'd say, it's a halberd and charge. So you
But really, the great thing about a halberd is you could poke him or slice him.
seeing as
So-
how I was set for a charge, it's more of a pokey poke than a hacky slash.
More of a gouge,
So
one would say.
Yeah,
Hail
That still
bale, hey bale toss.
yeah. As I'd say,
Alright.
and one other thing is I'll do the agility check to go over the thing, but if possible, I'm going to just keep fucking going into that room.
All right. Then yes, if you're just gonna keep barreling forward as you murder fuck this guy, I am going to say that yes, it will be an agility check to not trip over the edge.
I'm imagining she's like a charging bull. She skewered him and then just flung him behind her while she keeps running through this gap. Oh,
No, I'm now seeing it more of a pole vault across the thing as she skewers him.
Actually, give me 2 checks. Give me 1 strength check and 1 agility check.
Okay. With the advantage.
Yes to both.
Okay.
Okay.
So yes for strength.
All right. This guy flies down the corridor and hits the wall. So Erwin, Thomas, Lorelei, not Lorelei, Amina, the rest of you, you just see a man come sailing down the corridor and hit the wall with a splat.
crumple
Crunch.
and
Yes.
ow.
And then your agility.
Nope.
Do you want to re-roll it or stick it?
I'll just stick it. It's not that big of a thing.
All right. You do manage to kind of make it across, but your foot catches the edge as you
Yeah,
come
Zeb, you got a
across the neck,
fan blowing.
Sorry.
and yeah, your foot catches the edge as you leap across the divot in the middle, and you kind of stumble and arrests your forward motion. It's not enough to make you fall flat on your face. If you had fumbled, you would have fallen on your face, but you do lose your momentum.
Fair enough. I'm here now.
Exactly.
Anyone else coming out of this room is going to have a bad day.
What do we want Theobald to do?
I personally would have him go chasing after the dude that ran.
Mhm.
Does
Like,
he
this
know
room
about
is
the
a-
dude that ran?
I don't know how,
Or
because he can only go
Listen, it's-
16.
it's not strictly sequential. It's we're presumably all charging out this at roughly the same time.
Yeah.
So he can go
and
to
again,
here.
Yeah, allowing for that conceit, I will allow that yes, he will know of the man and can run in his general direction, so he can at least get visibility of what happens.
Since, yeah, I mean, in real time, I imagine, so, even though the man went faster than Theobald, by the time Theobald has turned this corner, most likely the man is running down this way.
So he can
You're
run
trying to
there.
figure out.
Yep. So we're gonna reveal. Okay, and yeah, so Theobald will see the 2 men who are this way, this here, and this man had stopped to try and talk to this man, but as he sees Theobald, he sort of makes like he's gonna move again.
You can't outrun justice.
But he
I
might
just im-
outrun the rest of us.
I'm just imagining, just imagining Olimar just yelling that into the sewer. Just doesn't matter who's there. You can't outrun justice.
Armina
Okay.
can go 16.
Armina. What would you like to do, Amina?
Oh,
I'll say there's only one dude left here who I think Kerbenog can take care of.
Carabanog could take care of, or Carabanog could try to go after this dude, man. Because he ran real fast by him before he could unlatch.
He did.
I could
You make a
get.
measuring thing like stick to measure around corners.
Right click.
Neat. Thank you.
And do you have a reach weapon?
No, I don't think so. Let me look at my weapons. Dagger, dagger, dagger. Yes.
You could throw a dagger at him.
I could.
Frederick. I still miss Frederick.
Because that would be point blank. If I got there.
Probably.
Yeah, if you were that close, it would be point blank.
What was his name? Frederick Furstenbach?
It was Frederick. Something with an F because he had an alliterative name, but it was like a real solid name.
So I ran and I guess I throw.
Mhm.
I don't have any advantage, so this is not gonna go well. Hey, yeah. No.
Tink.
You tried.
Yeah.
An attempt was made.
I mean, you
You
can
showed him who's
reroll
boss.
if you want to.
I don't think it's really gonna do much, but I could try.
It's up to you, man. I'm not gonna
I've
force
got-
you to use your points.
Yeah, I've got points. Let's try this. Hey, yeah. I add a success level.
Okay, so
'Cause
you
they're
do actually
practical.
pass.
Yep, and that makes it
Yeah.
a critical
That would be
or
funny.
no? Because it adds a success level.
Yeah, it adds a
'Cause they're
success level. That's
Practical.
yeah. If it adds a success level, then that effectively makes her stat 42. So yeah, I'm gonna call it and say she gets the crit on that. But you are in point blank range, so he does get a chance to dodge.
Okay.
He does.
You suck. Okay, so
So roll you 1d100 to get the location on it. Oh, I understand now why they do that with the location. Because crits proc mostly off of doubles, and
Yeah.
reversing them is pointless.
18, which is his left arm or secondary arm, whichever it is.
Excellent. So roll 1d100 again.
$68.
Okay, 68. That's probably going to be nasty, because that's quite high up the list. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Wow. Damaged artery. Gain 4 bleeding conditions. Until you receive surgery, every time you take damage to this arm hit location, gain 2 bleeding conditions.
And that was 5 plus 1 is technically 6. Was it?
Yep.
Damage.
This was a bad 6 seconds for these guys.
It really, really was.
And I get an
So that was-
advantage.
That was 6 damage to him, was it?
Yup. And 4 bleeding conditions.
He only had 5 wounds left. So he just goes back. So as you come in running and just hurl your dagger at him, Amina, he's already lifting his hands, and you can see that they're empty, and he's opening his mouth to say something, but you fling that dagger and it basically just slices his arm open, and he sort of looks at you and looks at his arm, and there's just this spray of arterial blood, and then he collapses.
I ran into a room full of women in chains. I'm not necessarily gonna take a prisoner on that one.
Okay. Owen.
Alright. What's the range of charge? Is that a range?
Running range.
Charges less than or up to your running range.
Do I gain an advantage
my
for
running
killing
range?
him?
What's
Check your
your
sheet.
agility bonus? Sorry, your movement.
It should be on your sheet underneath your characteristic bonus.
17, yeah. It's, my
If you have,
move
it should
is
be you basic 4, so it should be like 16.
15, so I'm one off.
Do you have a
Can't get
weapon
past
with reach?
An axe. That's it.
Nope, that's not a reach weapon.
You can
Unless you
it.
throw it.
Yeah.
No, you can't throw an axe. Not very well.
Well, the guy's not technically in his square.
Mm,
You could make it to that square.
Go through, yeah, Theobald.
Yeah, and I said you can move through friendlies.
Yeah.
So yeah, you
Alright.
can make it. You can just make it to charge him and get that bonus.
Yeah, sure, let's do that.
All right,
For a penny, in for a pound.
fucking go for it. Yeah, man.
Get that advantage.
Here comes the
Get the dot.
axe. So yes, everyone will chase after Theobald, and when Theobald spots that the guys, yeah, everyone will come from behind him, and
Mhm.
just one with axe.
Yep.
High up.
Hi.
Right. I bumped up my weapon skill and my melee basic, so now I have 60 base melee.
Whew.
So now we add then the advantage.
Yeah. So, just to confirm what Sizer said as well, these guys you won't get an advantage for one hit killing. This guy you might.
Right.
What? I keep muting him.
Well, I got one success.
Okay.
They-
Well,
He's got about 3 times the health of the random guys, or about double, I guess. Now about double the health of the random guys.
okay. He does not manage to defend himself in any way.
Yeah. Also, I fucked up. I really should have just swung my axe instead of the skill, but you know,
Yep.
whatever. Ignore the result of
The test.
the thing.
Unless it's
Yes.
better.
Yeah, okay, so 4 plus 4 plus 1, because one from the previous, yeah. The actual
Okay,
skill.
so you get 9 damage.
To his
Yeah,
right
so-
arm.
Well, he's just dead.
Strength bonus 4, weapon bonus 4, plus 1. A double damage.
You just smack him to just that axe straight across the face. Just and he goes down like a sack of rocks.
Tucker is in awe with his 22 strength here.
So, special portrait dude, how many expendable minions do you have to throw to put between us and you?
Wen comes
Yeah.
charging and all he does is go, "Ah!"
I don't know what to have Wayne do, honestly.
He charges in
Yeah,
here
look-
because that's where everybody started charging. Ah! Oh, ladies.
Ladies.
Just charges in, jumps onto the first woman he sees, and puts his knife into her because he did that in the bar that one time.
He charges in. And
That is a good point.
that's Sizer's call.
Yeah.
Not really. I technically control him, but I'm not actually certain what Wynn would do in this circumstance. He's not like my automaton or anything.
Who's thumping something around?
That's not me this time.
Sorry, I'm just tossing a ball between my hands, sorry.
He would probably try running in, because you got him a sword, didn't you?
We did, yeah.
Yeah. He would try running in, but I would dare say he would not yet have the subtleties down of having his sword unsheathed before running into combat. So he would probably come running in and then try to unsheath his sword.
I came in with a rock. I don't even have my crowbar out right now.
you just hear this
Speaking of which, I don't-
little squirrely war charge from Wen.
Because yeah, he wants to impress Oldemar. He's just not good at it. All right, and that's what we'll have Wen do. He's not gonna have his weapon out to kill anyone with yet. Thomas.
Okay, let's see how badly this can go.
Horribly.
Oh god. Well, luckily you're far enough away, so if you blow yourself up,
Oh, I'm not going to be very far away for long.
God.
At the very
Yeah,
least, you
'cause-
can get in range.
Yeah,
and see if-
I am basically running down to sort of around here so I can see down this passageway.
Either you didn't get to turn the other corner. That was a mistake.
So which spell do I want to throw his direction?
And hopefully
up to
not
you.
hit Erwin or Theobald.
Magic missile.
Thankfully, magic missiles don't care about sight.
Well, I mean, some of them do.
Hmm.
One of them explodes and does AoE damage. That one cares.
Yeah, but it's not the one you're going to be using.
No.
I believe.
Let's go ahead and use Bolt, which means I do have to actually succeed decently well on this. You can use Fortune for a +10 before you roll, can't you?
You can, yes.
Man, I have way too many pages open. Just so many things that I probably shouldn't be. It's like there's so many rules I have to keep a track of now.
I think we're all in that position.
Okay, so let's go ahead. How do I do? I'd have to reroll. I didn't get nearly enough successes.
Okay. It's up to you, man.
I'm gonna reroll it.
Fortune adds +1 SL afterwards.
I need 4.
And I'm gonna. Are you saying that in response to can you use it for a +10 beforehand, or?
Basically, yeah, you could use it for a +1 success level after its roll. Or
So
you can reroll.
You can't. I mean, you can't use it to add 10 before.
Let's see, your 3 options are reroll the failed test,
Yeah.
add +1 SL to a test after it is rolled, or at a start of a round, choose to act one round, disregarding
Yeah.
initiative order.
Okay,
it.
so it's better than the old
So
version.
Yeah.
basically, you can choose to add it after you wanted it before.
Yeah.
In which case, then I haven't really spent one because I still succeeded, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
reroll on it.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Much
There
better.
you go.
To the left leg, and it's magic
Alright.
missile damage +8. And magic missile damage, I believe, is my success level plus my willpower.
All right.
Man, it's fucked.
Let's see, magic missile. Determined
Sorry, both of
by hit location struck determined by reversing the dice rolled on the language magic test and refer to the hit location. Successful is added to this first as a damage and your willpower bonus. So yeah, it's
All right, just tell me what the number is.
4 plus 7 plus 8.
yeah, so 19.
Okay.
Sorry, both of pain.
And if he survives, a blaze.
No, he doesn't survive because he only. Well, I'm not going to tell you how many he had left, but he. Actually, hang on. Oh no, hang on. Actually, I know I do need to look at this because he's not a mook.
Does he go into criticals?
What is the rule about going into criticals once you've hit 0?
I think you roll death test after that. Or something like that.
Death. If
in
you
the
take
system.
out conscious, you're gonna have 0 wounds and a critical with your toughness bonus. Succumb to. Okay, yeah. So he is going to go unconscious. Basically, he's going to get hit by this fireball and go down like a clown. You have until the end of. I would say you have until he comes around next in the turn order.
Which isn't
fuck it.
long.
No. You have until the end of the next round to if you want to stabilize him, or you can just leave him there to die.
Well, do you want me to stabilize him?
Actually, yes, because
We can interrogate him.
Well, then somebody tell me to go do that, and
I'll shout out like after I've hit him with the missile. Lead us down, Amina, if you can get to him.
Isn't he still on fire?
No.
You know, I just now noticed the guy in the back.
I can
How
get
did
to
he
him.
get there?
He got thrown there by Lorelei.
He got
Oh.
hay bale tossed over Lorelei's shoulder.
So, do you want me to go ahead and act out of
Alright.
turn to go down stable?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
We might have more coming then.
Yeah, combat is not necessarily over. We've just killed all the ones we can see.
Yeah, that's why I
Doesn't
asked.
mean that-
You care but don't smell anything.
Roll perception or roll into initiative for the doggo.
Doggo.
And the women don't turn into demonettes or anything, right?
What was that?
And the women don't turn into demonettes or anything, right?
No, the women are all just kind of huddled in the room looking at you all and the shocking display of violence that they've seen. The younger girls are crying, the older girls are just kind of huddled back with their hands up, just like, please don't hurt us.
trained.
Small dog. If it's a just base one, no.
Okay. The doggo is, Kebanog is excited now and just starts running in this direction because that's where his people are.
I miss people too.
Yes, but Theobald is his owner people.
Mm-hmm.
He might run over here to
And-
start sniffing this thing. These guys.
Falcon, roll me a perception test, please.
I'm going to re-roll that.
Actually, roll me 2.
2.
Yeah,
Cool.
so it's up to you if you want to re-roll this one.
Well, that's that one.
So roll another one for me now, please.
Third one.
Yeah.
Ladder.
The first one is to find the knife. Okay. All right.
Hey, free knife.
Yes, Talcon and Talcon, whatever you want to call yourself, has found a throwing knife. The one that
Yay.
whizzed past his head just before.
Hey.
Trophy.
As he turns to pick it up, he will notice a small group of chittering, jumping creatures peering around the corner at all the noise. And as they see him seeing them, they are going to just skitter off this way.
Where?
Oh.
Skins.
I'm going to take a guess that it's down this way. Right?
Maybe.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it was,
they were-
there. Yeah. And they went this way. But at that, things seem to quiet down. The sound of screaming and burning seems to have stopped. You can't hear any more footsteps running toward you. What you can hear is the crying of the young women in the room and the sound of rushing water. And combat is over.
Okay. I'll grab my.
If any more blasphemous souls lurk in the shadows, come forth and face judgment.
First, let's stabilize this man for questioning.
Right, we should probably do that first.
Well, there is
okay.
something down that way. Don't know what though. Not human.
Alright.
As I
So,
say, I'm going to go in with the captured women and start, trying to calm down the children and the young women. Get them free.
Then it requires judgment all the more.
I've just said yes for future reference, Altor. So if it ever happens again.
Okay.
All right, yes. Okay, first things first. We will deal with Amina and Erwin and the man who is severely singed and breathing his labored last breaths on the floor in front of you.
Good luck with that.
Okay.
Okay, so
I should've gotten them up
alright.
with that. Whoops.
Now, actually, Altor, I want you to roll 1d100 because I want to know where you hit him for the crits.
He didn't crit. It hit the left leg.
But I put him in.
Yeah,
with
he
the
put him
nits.
into criticals.
That's going to be a leg, I think. Oh, no, it's not flipped for that, is it? So it's just body.
Okay, body.
I can't remember
and
which that is.
39
Roll an-
non-flipped is right arm.
Right
or
on.
dominant.
Okay, roll a 1d1, another d100 for me, just so I know.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no!
How much for that?
Oh
that do?
no.
Well, the arm's probably gone.
Oh
he's dead.
yes. No, he's lost his arm completely.
Ah,
And
the power magic.
that was not permanent. That's not permadeath yet.
But the arm's been burned off.
Yeah. Now, how do you heal criticals? Because that's 5 critical wounds.
So it's a surgery or a heal test, depending on the flavor of the critical. Last
Okay.
arm's probably going to be surgery.
This one doesn't actually say he needs surgery though.
It's what is that? 96. That's mangled hand.
Yeah, yep.
Your hand is mauled. You lose your hand. Amputation hard. You have to do an amputation test. That is
Okay.
surgery
Okay.
at a hard difficulty.
All right. I'm going to say because you're not trying to save this man's life, you're just trying to kind of preserve him long enough to interrogate him. I will allow any sort of medical test at a hard level to stabilize him enough to basically wrap a tourniquet around his arm to stop him bleeding and get him and basically haul him back to consciousness.
What was the difficulty on the heal test?
Hard.
Hard.
So that is
minus 20.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be bleeding at least.
Well, it's bleeding in the.
I didn't so much remove the hand as disintegrate it, so he's probably more likely to be going into shock than bleeding.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you kind of exploded it off his body, so he's probably bleeding because there are still fucking artery, like his skin has just sloughed off and the artery is exposed.
Fair enough.
Well, this might go horribly. It might. I'll try redoing
Does
it.
Theobald have heal or first aid or anything?
Hold on. Let me check him. Theobald does.
Let's say I have heal, but I'm not down there.
Not.
Okay. So no, you.
I'll try one. I was gonna say,
Okay.
gonna re-roll it.
You can reroll it.
Boom.
Hey, look at that! All right, Amina, you do manage to stabilize this man to a degree, and basically kind of wrap a length of bandage tightly around his arm and pack it with herbs so that the bleeding is stemmed somewhat. And the treatment is enough to kind of shock him out of his unconsciousness. The jabs of pain as you work on his arm, and he kind of wobbles a bit and makes some unhappy noises. All right, Lorelei, you're trying to calm down hysterical young women.
Yeah.
Do the charm test or fellowship.
Well, let's go with charm because it is ever so slightly higher than my fellowship.
Okay.
Any modifiers or just?
Are they common folk? Poor
They are
common
common folk. They are poor common folk, but
they wouldn't know of.
They
probably.
wouldn't know of your story because you, from the looks of things and the looks of this room, suspect that they may have been down here for a little while.
However, I posit they just saw me stab the fuck out of the guy guarding them.
They did, but you are also a wild woman wearing furs and with sharp, snarly teeth. So I'm going to say...
right now.
Yes, but you do tend to lend yourself to somewhat of a snarly mane, so let's just go with you go for your base. You're not getting bonuses, but you're not getting penalties either.
Fair enough. I'm going to re-roll that.
Oh God.
That is worse.
The girls start screaming and
I was
panicking,
gonna
and
say,
then
what-
Wen
what do
starts
you-
screaming and panicking.
What do you scream at the young women as you come into the room?
Well, I'm just gonna have to go with the you quit your crying, quit your blubbering. Nothing even happened to you. You're fine.
Wen starts screaming and crying too with the girls.
You definitely don't start crying. I will discipline you.
Shut up. You're under new management now.
No,
All right.
I'm here to help, I swear.
Okay, yep. So, all right. So you have got a prisoner. You've got the young women, and you can start moving to unchain them. It is not hard to find a key on the body of the man who Amina is trying to stop from dying. So that can be handed back to someone who wants to go back and start unlocking the young women. Do you want to keep the guy in the corridor, or do you want to drag him back into the room where the girls are? What do you want to do with this?
Erwin, little bit of help. He's stable enough.
So yeah, I'll get the dead bodies off the map now.
And I'm just gonna start busting the chains off the girls. From the walls, not like from their hands, because I'm literally just hacking the chains off the wall.
Oh, they're not chained to the walls, they're just hobbled.
Oh, well, then forcing them open via brute strength. Provided they're not like really high quality chains. I'm assuming these are shitty chains because
No,
they're prisoners in a sewer.
These are some shitty chains. This is a
Alright,
shitty
then-
place. This is not
then
even
yeah.
a cell. There is a reason why Big McLarge Huge was standing in the doorway.
Alright, then yeah, I'm just gonna start like trying to force the chains open, force the locks open.
Okay.
I have the key.
Well, you don't know that she's doing that at the moment, so.
Nope.
I don't know she has a key.
Exactly.
I asked Erwin to help drag Dude Man out right
Yeah.
Are you
here.
muted, Hellion? Yeah, okay. Cool. So yeah, I'll bring you. So you're gonna
Drag
just
him right here.
or in the room? Okay. No problems. He's
No.
here.
No sign of any more. Ooh, good. Though Layman Thornpocket thinks we might have other problems.
Other problems?
Angry little tiny things with glowing eyes.
Ermina will hand Erwin the key to the the key that on the guy's that she pulled off the guy to take to Lorelei and Wen where the girls are chained up.
Alright. Lorelei, while this is all happening, just roll me strength and see if you can bust any of the chains. Success levels will determine how many chains you break.
None.
The first strength check I failed.
Well, it's okay. You
That's
try and bust the chains, and they look shitty and they look shitty and kind of rusty and everything, but they're still surprisingly strong. Anyone who ended up in this hallway will also realize that this is actually a set of stairs leading back up to street level.
What is?
This one right here.
Yeah.
Oh, I could have freaking. We could have chased him off the street and I could have dropped a meteor on him.
Yeah. So after the fact, it becomes quite clear he wasn't going down this way. He was trying to just escape and leave you to deal with his fucking minions.
Be calm, citizens of Ubersreich. Sigmar has delivered you this day.
Are
Well,
you
keep in
taking
mind,
the
you
key
just killed
to?
4 citizens of Ubersreich.
Are you taking the keys, Lorelei? Owen?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, yeah. So
He comes in, I'm just gnawing on the chains.
pretty
Yeah,
much, yes.
Try this one. Don't chew on the
I was
key,
gonna
just-
say. Lorelei starts chewing on key.
Gnaw on the key a little bit.
I just imagine like she snatches it out of the air and brings it to her mouth, like mouth open, just like ah, and everyone's like, no.
Forgive the woman. She's from Reikland.
And the young women are finally calming down and sort of nodding and sniffling and crying. I mean, still crying a little bit, but not not screaming anymore anyway.
Well,
And this one, as Lorelei starts unlocking her, sort of looks up between you and goes, have you seen anything of Mariah out there?
There's more.
Mariah.
She managed to get away. 2 nights ago, she said she was going to get help. Did she get help from you? Did you come from her?
Unfortunately, no. These sewers are vast. She may be lost in them.
Oh no.
We'll keep searching.
Please. She was only 7. She's why they put the guard on the door. Because she got out. And the others will be nodding, and as Lorelei starts undoing their chains, they all kind of huddle together and just look at you all, still absolutely terrified.
No blasphemous souls lurking within the sewer shadows will escape judgment.
And they'll nod. And yes, you now have your prisoner, who is propped up against a wall, his arm kind of just tucked in against his body, still smoldering. He's
Oh, do we have a Prince
half out of
Charming?
it. He's almost out of it, but he is conscious to a degree.
Are any of the girls injured?
They have superficial scuffs and bruises, and it looks like one of them seems to have a dislocated shoulder, but they don't seem otherwise harmed.
She'll get them fixed up.
All right, no problems. And the man is dressed much well. You can it's less clear now that he's been singed to a crisp. But the man who is now your prisoner is sort of looking up at you. His eyes are half glazed, and he looks between you all. And the clothing he's wearing seems of a better quality than that his men were wearing. The weapons at his belt are most definitely better quality weapons. You're gonna put me to the sword for my crimes.
Do we need me to come intimidate this guy?
We can discuss that after we discuss your activities. We'll be asking the questions and you will be answering them.
Or Sigmar will strike me down.
Silence, blasphemer.
Was that
What
a
are you-
smack across
Yes.
the face? Okay, yeah, his head will kind of rock back and hit the wall. He's a little bit delirious from the pain, but still conscious.
Tell us, what were you doing down here?
Would you believe I am a collector?
I'll believe hardly anything that comes out of your heretical mouth. Explain.
And he'll kind of crack an eye open and peer at you. Okay. I seem right. I wouldn't expect you to understand. I have some clients in very high places. They pay well for little girls.
I'm sure they do. Evil can take root in any man's heart. Give me names, and you'll spare yourself more pay.
Forgive me. I think your witch burned my little black book.
Then you will have to remember then. Either now, you'll have a very long time to remember.
Okay. So interrogate isn't a thing in this. Alright. Who's got intimidate?
Yo.
I do. At least I think I do. But I put points into intimidate. Oh, I didn't. Right, it's strength for some reason. Okay, I suck at intimidating.
Like with other systems, I will allow arguments for an alternate stat if you can give me a good reason why.
No, I'm quite happy to let Lorelei come up and scare him.
Okay.
Oh, we need me on this? I'm on it.
Since for some reason I can't really roll on my ability to threaten to burn him at the stake.
Nope.
Alright. How much? And that. Is that an opposed test or is that just straight up? Opposed by your target's cool skill. Okay, let's see what he does.
How cool is he?
He's actually surprisingly uncool at the moment. He's got a decent cool skill, but he failed.
So that's a reroll?
That is a reroll, yes.
Okay.
You could actually just Lorelai, you could just use a fortune success on that.
I mean, I could, but I'll take the reroll first and see how this plays out.
Fair enough.
Worse.
Wow.
Hold on, let's see how he does.
You probably should have taken the fortune on that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Should I try to reroll or?
It's up to you. You can choose to. You haven't spent a point to reroll yet, so that one doesn't have to stick.
All right, yeah, I'll go ahead and. It's gonna be probably even worse, but
Okay.
fuck it.
Ooh, it's a
Fuck.
Success. Oh, but no, he gets better.
He's cool.
Yep. No, he is
He's so
well
cool.
cool. He's just gonna kind of look up at you and he's look you up and down. Hey, I might have a buyer for you, pretty lady. Baron, go fuck yourself.
And I thump him with the butt of my halberd.
We might need to bring him in. The Church of Sigmar has long experience in getting answers from those that don't wish to give them.
I don't think he's gonna last that long.
Is his condition that serious?
Did remove one of his hands.
Yes, I can see that.
Just to let you know, you exceeded his you basically put him like 15 points into criticals. So I let I let you sort of roll all of that to save him for this, he's not going to last being hauled out of the sewers. You can tell that even without medical training looking at him. He's lost the arm, he's barely kind of conscious. His voice sounds awful, like his throat was burned when he was set on fire.
Well, Irvin has pretty good strength. I guess he could try and intimidate.
I mean, he's dying. Does he not want to make peace with Sigmar?
Or
Doubt it.
How many of them are there? Who do you work for? Who do you sell to?
Where are the other drugs going?
If Ermina's hearing them and not getting any results, she can do something.
Well, she can hear from down the hallway because it's not too far and the echoes will carry.
Aldemar will not be doing this quietly.
Ermina's gonna pat the girls on the head and just tell them to rest there. Don't worry about the scary woman in the furs. She'll protect them. Just rest, and she's gonna come out. She's gonna come over here to the guy. And she's going to pull out one of her little vials of poison.
Okay.
And she's gonna ask him, do you know what this is?
He's gonna look at it and a drink. You gonna drown me?
I'm going to make sure that every last second of your last few minutes on this earth are excruciatingly painful. More so than they already are. Unless you start talking, and then I can make it go peacefully.
You drink that, you'll wish I consigned you to the flames.
Roll intimidate.
Can I roll it off intelligence?
I will allow you to roll it off intelligence, and I will give you a +10 for the fact that that is quite clearly an apothecary's kit.
Yup. Alright.
Well, what else? Admittedly, there's not much else you can threaten a dying man with.
Yeah.
Especially when he seems to be a selfish bastard that doesn't care about anything else. So we can't, like, threaten his family or anything. Or other things he cares about.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Alright.
One more to use, so. Come here.
Or again, you could also spend the fortune point to auto pass. It's up to you.
Yeah. Oh, God. Boom.
Okay. Let's see what he does. Oh, and he bricks it.
We finally intimidate the dying, burnt man.
Yeah, you do. Amina and her poisons really get him worried. And he sort of looks at you. Fuck. Fucking. Heinemann. Sigurd Heinemann. I don't know the others, I swear. He's the broker. He gives me the money for the girls. I give him the girls for the money. That's it. I'm just a fucking trafficker. They don't let me hobnob with them.
Where do you meet?
Up on the hill. There's a pub there. The Green Garden. Anyone who wants can check to see if he is lying.
I was gonna say, which
You
one
will
is
get a
it?
+10 to that.
Is it intuition?
Yeah.
We go through this every time.
I know! It is! It's
Yeah,
horrible!
It is intuition against his cool.
I believe him.
I don't know if I believe him yet.
He gets a fumbling failure.
He rolls the same thing. So So Aldemar believes him because he had a fumbling failure, and the guy believes that he believes himself because he's telling the truth.
Yeah, so anyone who rolls a pass on this can just see straight through him. Just he is 1,000% telling the truth now. He is deathly afraid of what Amina can do to him.
All right, so can I get the name written down
I wrote
Sure thing.
something
You
in
wrote
the
it.
journal.
in the journal? Okay.
Sigvard Heinemann.
Write that
Hide a
down.
man,
Sigmund.
not hide a girl.
Heinemann.
Heinemann, okay.
Write that down, good woman Bauer.
Armina's gonna raise an eyebrow at you, at Aldemar, and go, I don't need to write it down. Sigmar have his way with the man. I'm done with him. And then she's gonna walk out away and go check on the girls again.
Okay.
Is this all of you? Is this all of you? There are more, or is there
He's
more to this operation?
It's just us. We only got a few at a time. Too many go missing. Questions start getting raised.
A girl escaped from your clutches recently. Did you ever find her?
No. She went into the widow's lair. And he's gonna raise a hand and point in this direction.
Up here, up north?
No.
Nope.
Here.
Oh,
Zip.
the right.
South.
Probably not up the stairs to the surface.
No, down that little hallway.
What's down there?
I told you. The widow's lair. Go see her. She likes guests.
Dead.
Yep.
Very dead.
His soul is not out of Sigmar's concern. Let him condemn this piece of human refuse. We must press on. And quickly. Though the odds are unlikely, I feel our moral imperative is to discern whether or not this escaped child is alive.
So what are we doing with the other 4?
The path up to the daylight is apparently right over here, so.
It's mostly. They
All
probably
right,
don't want
yeah,
to
Yeah,
no,
go up.
that's
Yeah.
that ain't daylight.
That definitely is not daylight.
We could leave them here with Wen to guard them until we can escort them somewhere. The alternative is to drop everything now and escort them somewhere and lose a lot of time.
You could leave them with Wen and Theobald.
Yeah.
But then we'll lose Carabanog. We can't lose Carabanog.
Oh no, Cabernog can come with the rest of you. I'll allow that Cabernog is well trained enough that Theobald can put him into like Omina or Lorelai's command, basically.
Because
Anyway, that's what I
Ermina's grown
recommend.
up with Carabanog, so.
Yeah, exactly. And yes, is Zeb back?
Didn't look that way.
But if we're gonna leave the girls with Wen and Theobald, then Ermina's gonna say that she's gonna introduce Theobald and my brother, and this one that ran screaming, Wen, will take care of you and make sure you're safe.
Okay, actually, I'll just say this out loud. That's Lorelei is rifling pockets. You are going to find basically a handful of small coins. You are going to find Big McLarge Huge had a pamphlet for the fighting ring outside of the city. It's very well crumpled and very poorly printed. Each of the mooks had a jack and a basic poor quality dagger. Big McLarge Huge had basically a big club, as I said. And apart from that, they don't really seem to have anything else much on them.
What about Shiny McShiny Face?
The Shiny Man. He has got. Where did I put that? He has got another 4 throwing knives. He has also got a dagger inside his vest. Doesn't have any money on him, but he does have a ring that's tucked inside his inner pocket. Looks like a signet ring of some sort. It's not particularly good value, so it doesn't look like it's, it doesn't look like it belongs to, someone from Blackrock Castle or anything like that, but it's, decently made. And he also has got a key to a door that you're not sure what the key is for. It doesn't have any sort of tag or identifying marking on it.
Armina would have found those when she was rifling him.
Yep.
To find the key for the shackles. Alright.
Yep.
I'll toss those down on my sheet.
Cool. And as for looking out for any more sneaky eyes in the darkness, that will be Lorelei and Talcon ruling perception. Okay. And alright, I'll just beep 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 beep.
Talkin, you need to roll dice.
I just rolled for him off his sheet.
Ah, okay.
Alright. You're not going to see anything else down there. It doesn't mean that it's not there, but it's obviously quite dark, and even I should have actually given you a bonus to that, but even with a bonus you wouldn't have passed anyway, so you don't know if you were being peeked on anymore. But so Wen and Theobald are staying with the girls to keep an eye on them and just make sure nothing happens. He is dead, so he goes off the map. And yeah, so what are we doing now? If you want to catch anybody who wasn't here up.
I've written
Okay.
some stuff in the journal.
As it's a short version for Zeb, is down south is a place called the Widow's Lair. That's where the little 7-year-old girl that escaped ran to, like down over here in this general vicinity.
Yep, I'm
All
assuming
turned
it's a giant spider, so I suggest Talcon to lead.
Well, but we also know that we've got greenskins up north.
Oh,
And
really,
we have-
Gretchen?
Maybe
It's
goblins.
just a matter of what flavor do we want to deal with, green or black.
And we are still looking for the man with no skin who skinned another guy.
And
Oh,
there's
yeah,
Wild
that is
Card.
one.
Forgot about him.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah,
you
that is
came
right.
down here.
And we just happened upon a bunch of
Okay,
enslaved
apparently
girls.
Apparently the town wanted to start doing random sewer checks, because we went down here for completely unrelated reasons and found 3 unrelated problems so far, and not the one we originally came down here for.
They're all pretty horrible.
Well, I mean, we are not leaving. We should probably not leave in a while because it's still mostly. I'd rather be down here than patrolling up on the streets.
Ah, yes, down here with the green skin. Better than
I
out
feel
there.
I feel like we're cops chasing a murderer into a crack house whose landlord just robbed a bank.
Pretty
You're
accurate,
probably
right?
not wrong, yeah.
During a
Oh,
full moon, so everything's going tits up there.
Everything's super fucky.
But yeah, no. If there's somebody we can that might be still alive that needs help, then we should probably go help them first.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, but
Greenskins. I don't know.
yep, and then we can pick some mushrooms later.
Yes, mushrooms.
Go
My
try to find the little girl.
shinies.
I mean,
Because
she's probably dead, but I mean, might as well go.
This way.
More
this way.
fire than you, Thomas.
I have my crowbar.
Okay. Get the magic button out and open. You're gonna see about. No, you will be able to see into here.
Web.
Yeah, you'll see the spider web this time because it kind of mostly encompasses the corridor. You can push through it. It's not like it's barring the way, but it's pretty big and it's pretty gnarly.
Burn it.
Maybe not
Yeah.
burn it while a halfling's in it. Just saying, I like our halfling. I like him better not on fire.
Have you
So
got
does the
your lantern out again, Thomas?
I mean, I don't know if it ever went away.
Okay. Well, if Thomas is shining his lantern down here, you will see Talcon and anybody who's looking down the corridor. There is just a pile of fucking bones right there.
That's
And
encouraging.
You'll
Yep.
see at the very far side of the room that there is a thick layer of webbing over this back wall.
Talcon did not like this.
So I'm thinking giant scorpion.
Yes.
It's a giant crab.
I'm a pinch.
Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and
Giant
ready up
enemy
my,
crab.
my spear and shield.
Don't you see what's down here?
Oh yeah.
Just
I have
No.
my faith.
They're inside each other.
I will go there armed with my faith in Sigmar.
down this way. You're gonna
And also
see
a hammer.
another corridor. Yeah, actually, you'll see a corridor that kind of opens out onto blackness.
Yeah, I think it's
I assume it connects up here with these things, so I think that's probably another path we could have gone.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly.
I think it might be a drop to the
Yeah.
lower part. I think we went up in a slow.
Talcon's gonna be sneaking.
All right, you're gonna be sneaking.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna see the whole of the room now. You're going to see over in this corner. Well, first thing you'll see is here, and here, and in the pile. You'll see several shapes that look roughly like child or halfling-sized bodies wrapped in silk. You will then also see that there is kind of lolling over and half asleep or unconscious in some way, partially wrapped in silk, a young girl.
Wait, silk? Or if we're
Body
fighting a
silk.
giant silkworm?
It looks like silk. At this point.
You'll see many other body parts and bits of creatures and bones, husked corpses. And Halkin, please roll me a perception check.
Clean.
I love this chick. It means whether I die or not. Oh, don't put yourself poison right after.
I was trying to check if
Nah.
I ever got a description of what that does. Apparently not.
God
Reroll.
damn it. I forget so many things. I'm so sorry about that, Crystal. Hey.
And I'm also down to 1 fortune because I haven't been counting right. Sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. All right.
Thank God.
Jeez.
You will.
Lord.
Goodbye.
He runs off into the darkness.
Well, we lost Talcon.
Talcon will see the widow in her web above. She doesn't seem to have noticed you yet. But she is sitting there, her legs folded beneath her. She is the size of a large dog. Her carapace is black and glistening, and you can see the telltale red marking on her abdomen.
Yay! I get venom.
I say we teach her why endoskeletons are better than exoskeletons.
I get a
We should
harvest
capture
venom.
this spider and make it our pet, so we can then use it against our enemies.
Does anyone
Lorelei,
have-
tame the spider!
On it.
Alison will just basically point out there's a spider in the room.
Talson, you're gonna have to take a fear check. Because this spider is bigger than you, just about.
Yep.
The
Straight
Oh.
check.
I mean, I guess in theory it's possible. Greenskins tame these things and ride them.
Yeah,
Okay, in all seriousness, do we want me to tackle the spider?
the spider is above your head. Unless you can fly, you're not tackling shit.
Okay.
She's got
disregard.
reach with her halberd, right? I think.
Yeah, I've got
I'm
the
not sure.
animated bow. I am strapped for
Yeah,
weapons.
she's just not tackling the spider. That's all.
Yeah.
Let me. Oh god, where the fuck did that go?
Can use that halberd like a giant broom.
I was just like, I'm just gonna sweep out the cobwebs with the halberd.
And while spiders make cool pets, we should probably not tame it because we want to avoid the Duke's deer Freyja situation.
Okay, how many success levels do
Uh,
you get?
I hated Dark Souls 2. What's the Duke's Dear Frey's actual backstory?
Duke Freya had, or whatever that place was, had a spider in a cage. It broke out and then basically mind raped the Duke. Is
Cool.
Also, I don't want to be around something that's already eating things that are my size.
But yes, you did pass that, and you got sufficient success levels to pass her fear rating. Because although she does have a fear rating, she is only a spider, and so doesn't get like fucking fear 5 or anything retarded like that.
Look, it's not a demon prince or anything. If anything, then we'd all be just running as far.
Run as fast as you
If
can.
it was a fucking demon at all, we would be running away.
Indeed. But yes. So, what to do?
How high up is the spider? Like, how high is the ceiling?
The ceiling here is probably about trying to get a reference from the room that I'm in. Probably about 2 meters up, roughly.
Could I hit it with my halberd from the ground?
How long is your halberd? What's the reach
Long.
on
The reach is long.
it?
Hold on.
We could just send Talcon forward and reenact, the scene from Lord of the Rings of Sam versus Spider.
You could do that. I think you
Or
could.
I have a solution.
Sorry, yeah, I think you could reach it with your halberd, but you would be swinging basically wildly overhead, so you would take a penalty to your weapon skill.
I'm pretty sure if Talcon went in, it'd be more like Sheila versus Frodo.
I wish I honestly, I wish I knew what this Morse Rose poison did.
It's not going to work on the spider.
Hey, it's poison.
It
It's a
is,
spider.
but it's a different it's going to be a neurotoxin of a sort. But yeah, the spider's nervous system is sufficiently different from a humanoid one that it's. I know that much because I had a specific idea in mind on what it was going to do to humanoids.
Okay.
I've just got to
Okay.
dig my friggin' notes out. But yeah, as I said, you would be basically holding your halberd at full extension over your head, so you could attack with it, but it would not be a straightforward roll.
Talson has a throwing knife.
I also
Or you
have a
just shoot
bow.
it with your
I can
bow.
Shoot it.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can use
Yeah,
animal
fuck it.
handling to go, spider, come on down.
I don't have animal handling. I just have animal care.
Ah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and scoot up, and I'm gonna try to feather it.
Do you get anything from tall to deal with animals?
Well, I mean, yes, but the only things I have is I can summon an animal.
Fun fact, if you had to try summoning an animal down here, depending on what you would have rolled, you may have summoned her.
That could have been useful. But
Charm animal skill is willpower based, so whoever has a good willpower could probably charm it.
That's a skill, is it? Not a talent?
Skill. It's a basic skill too.
Okay. That is...
Although, yeah, if you King of the Wild and Tal chooses her, then she is under your control for the duration of the miracle.
In combat, you may use charm animal when facing animals. If you succeed, any affected targets will not attack you this round until you gain +1 advantage. You may do this in successive rounds until you choose to stop or fail a charm test, after which the creature's instincts take over and you have no further influence. I will allow attempts to charm the spider.
Can I try King of the Wild first?
Sure.
All right,
You
I'll
know,
try.
did that thing call it to you? Did that spell call it to you?
If it succeeds, it calls an animal from the appropriate, like an animal from here, an area appropriate animal that is under my control.
Yes, that's
So-
right in front of me. In my way. To you.
That's
To
fine.
be
but
fair,
if-
you're small, the ceiling's high.
Yeah, it's
so it
in
could
the
just get
ceiling.
shoot and I'll be fine. But and it would be under my control. So even if it had to go through you, it'd be a friendly spider. You just might freak out a little bit. So don't shit yourself yet. See how
I'm
this
already
rolls.
doing that, so go continue what you're doing, I suppose.
I'm going to re-roll that. There we go.
Hit location
Success.
mistake.
Okay, Talcon, you're not sure what's happening, but you hear Lorelei praying behind you, and you vaguely remember that this sounds like whatever she was saying when she prayed, and Cabernog came out of the dungeon, of the sewers near the dungeons.
That was
And
awesome.
The spider is going to stretch in its web, and you'll see the front legs, and you'll see the kind of hooked feet that allow it to climb along the webs, and they kind of stroke the webs, and you'll realize that the strands of silk that surround the room also kind of run down the corridor along the walls where you're walking. And she was probably aware of you the whole time, because as she moves, you can see the web shifting with her weight.
My God.
And she lazily crawls her way across the ceiling and over your head, over to Lorelei. The rest of you, please roll me a fear check.
Oh boy.
Even though she's a friendly spider right now, she is still a spider with fear 1 rating.
Is that just a willpower roll?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's base willpower. My willpower is ass, so we probably scared. Yeah.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
0.
Okay. Aldemar doesn't like
yeah.
spiders.
This
I'll
is
just
fine.
I'll give myself a success with watch and
Okay.
This is
I'll
fine.
succeed.
I think I can pass if I spend my only resolve point, but I think, what was it? Let's see.
I think resolve
I'm
is
spending my
ignored, right?
resolve point and saying, I'm not failing. I'm not gonna be
Hold
scared
on.
of the spider.
I think that just lets you ignore it for a turn. If you do the I will not fail one, that burns a resolve.
Resilience was.
Oh god, it moves on the map. Oh, that does not.
It's transparent, which makes it a bit discerning.
You managed to make the spider actually creepy by not giving it a, formal token.
All right, y'all. I got a spider.
Right.
Don't
Yeah,
forget
so
at this point.
those of you who are suffering from fear at the moment, you suffer 1 success level on any tests to affect the source of your fear. You may not move closer to whatever is causing fear without passing a challenging cool test. So those of you who chose just to let your failure stand, as the spider comes closer, you are probably going to end up backing up into the corridor behind you.
Technically, I never
It
saw
is-
a spider, but you know. But yeah, it's spending resilience. It's not burning it to do I will not fail.
I really am one of the people with the highest willpower in this group. That is kind of funny.
But yes, Talcon, because you passed your fear check and the spider is now behind you so you can't see it, you can move further into the room and start freeing the little girl.
So how long is it actually friendly?
4 rounds.
I might start channeling.
Sure.
As I'd say,
If you want. If you want.
Do
I
you
didn't
want?
really have
Lorelei.
a plan beyond having the spider here on the ground in front of me.
Yes, Lorelei. The spider is not so much on the ground as she is hanging from a line of web that she spun out to allow her to descend before you. And she reaches out with her smaller front legs to basically touch your face and hair.
Ooh.
Okay, that's a thing that happened.
That seems a bit. I don't know. Are you sure this is a good
Wait,
idea?
how smart is the spider? Like, can it understand me?
The spider is as dumb as a box of rocks.
But the
Okay.
spider will, but per King of the Wild, the spider will, act according to your wishes. The
Yes.
exact words.
Okay, so
Yep.
as I say, my wish is for it to sever that thread and stand on the ground.
Okay, it will spool itself out and then stand basically come down to rest on all 8 legs on the floor before you. It easily comes to waist height standing there on the floor in front of you.
Okay, and is this what size is this creature? Would it be small?
See, that's the thing, is comparatively it's monstrous because it's a fucking spider. But
compared to me,
yeah, compared to you, it would be. I'm gonna say, given that it is so much bigger than its ordinary brethren, and you're not sure why it's so big, it's going to be considered just average size.
As weird the wording is, it's considered a giant average spider.
I know, it's fucking hard.
I'm gonna roll channeling again because time is passing.
Yep.
Falcon is just gonna be over here freeing her.
Yeah, that's why.
As I
Did
say-
Talson need help?
Well, I don't think you can actually get to Falcon because there's a spider in the way.
Yeah, you would not.
The spider. Oh, unless she's afraid of it.
The spider is friendly. Oh, you said you were going to spend that point to pass, so you could move past the spider. Yes,
Well, if you spend the point, it's gone forever.
or use it.
It's one of those
Well,
points that you can
that's
get back by
Res-
doing your.
You
Resilience.
can use.
It's
Resilience
a-
doesn't come back. Resilience is fate.
Yeah, but you can get resilience by if you do your motivations right later on, right?
Yeah, by GM fiat.
Yeah, but you may not want to spend it right now. Then I suppose.
Yeah.
As
It's
I say,
not-
resolve is the one that comes back, but resolve only lets you ignore it for a turn.
Yeah, you
Alright.
probably you may want to spend the resolve, run down the corridor, and help me.
Well, Evan can come and help you, I guess. He passed. So.
Did you?
Fortune point to, I'd give myself a success.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that-
that
He only failed it by 4 points, so.
So between the two of you, using Talcon's dagger and just Owen tearing at the web, and the web is sticky. It wants to stick to your hands. It wants to stick to your clothes. It wants to stick to your dagger. You will be able to get the little girl out of the web, and she's breathing, but she is pretty much unconscious, and you can see that there is a very angry, purplish-looking bite wound on her arm.
Right. That's gonna be a word.
Hmm.
Channeling some more.
Yes, but her organs haven't turned to jelly, so.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, so we're probably only at about like. Hold on. How many success levels did I get? I got 4. All right, so I can extend the duration of this.
Mm-hmm.
I critical on my channeling.
All right. So, what are you wanting to do with the spider now? Because you do only have a certain amount of time before she comes out from under your control.
Well, right now, what I'm doing is I'm letting the wizard have time to get the fire ready, and I'm essentially waiting for it to wear off, because then I'm going to tackle the spider.
I critical. The fire is ready, and it's gonna be a big one.
Question here, though. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
The thing. I mean, I don't know. This feels very gamey, but the thing has no prerogatives for what will break the animal out of the control granted by King of the Wild. If we went with it strictly as written, you could order the spider to just stand there and do nothing while we beat the shit out of it until it
Correct.
died.
Generally, anything with the
However-
spell makes it friendly. It will become unfriendly if you become violent to
If
it.
you aggro it, yeah.
As I'd say, that notwithstanding, the way I read Tull is don't hurt an animal except in self-defense or for food. Seeing as how it is currently not hostile, it would not be self-defense, and me allowing it to get shot in the face would kind of go directly against my teachings, where even if not rules as written that it would be something that I wouldn't do, it's something I'm not going to do. Now, that being said, waiting for it to run out and then become hostile and then set it on fire, that I'm okay with.
Yeah, which is once again gaming the system slightly, but you've basically got the right of it. If you had have tried to attack the spider now, I would have made Lorelei take a penalty because she would have been contravening Tal. But given that it will become hostile and it is a very dangerous creature as soon as it comes out from under the spell, the miracle, that is fine.
It's about to
Yes.
have a really fun time, I'm hoping.
So the little girl is free. If basically Erwin, if you pick her up and you and Tal can run, you can get past before the spider comes out of the hold.
Question, Thomas. What do you channel off of? Is it
Hmm?
intelligence or willpower?
It's willpower for channeling,
Do.
and intelligence to actually cast.
Yeah,
Nice.
no, I think we should take the girl to Irmina because she's been bitten and might have like
Hey,
spiders
how'd you-
inside there.
hey, Thomas. You seem like a pretty courageous guy to me. So here, have plus 10 to your willpower. Or maybe once I re-roll that. Or yeah, once I re-roll it. There we go.
I was going to say, you do not want a fumbling failure on a pay test.
No.
Your guard just smacks you and is like, no. Yeah, if you want to move someone, probably best to do it now because
Got one, maybe 2 turns left before this thing starts getting bitey.
I was
will let
channeling-
you. Hang on, let me speak, please.
Sorry.
I've changed her to all players so that you can move her. No,
The
I've
web.
changed the web to all players. Excellent. You can move the web.
we take the web,
was
leave
on
her there.
Take the web, leave the girl. All right, I've changed the girl now. You can take the girl.
Carson
Oh,
just
yeah,
wanted to
allow
take all
the
the white
girl.
sticky stuff.
There, put the web back.
Yep, thank you.
Because
So, yes.
I was channeling Firewall, and I critted, which means it's going off basically now.
Ooh.
Wait, can you not hold a channel?
I critted my channeling. It just 6 seconds later, I cast the spell.
So we may have to go back and be stuck in there.
You would have had time to quickly get her out, and then I would
No,
basically be
that's
nuking
why
the
I said.
corridor.
That's why I said you can run.
Too many, Gary.
Yeah, so you can shout a warning to Lorelei, if you want to, like, tell her to use her last few seconds to tell the spider to go back in the room or something.
Well, if she wants it to tell it to go anywhere, it probably wants to go this direction because the firewall's starting here and just going along.
Okay.
Okay, so what are you telling me?
Well, you might feel a lot of heat behind you.
behind me?
Yeah, because I'm fucking channeling right behind you.
He's a
The
bright
fire-
I'm
wizard.
facing south, so
He's a
As I'm telling you,
not-
the entire corridor in front of you is about to be on fire, and you'll know that I'm being honest because I'm channeling, and you can probably feel
Okay,
the heat
well,
coming
that's-
from me.
that's what I needed to know. If you tell me that's coming from behind me, then that means it's coming from the north, and I need to move south. If you say it's coming from in front of me,
No,
No, no,
it's
you can-
the firewall is being summoned in the south. You will feel heat from Thomas because he's a bright wizard. So
And
he
I
goes
critted
up
my
and,
channeling.
yeah, whenever he channels his wind, then he gets all fiery. As in literally his hair and body and all that catches fire. It happens to all wizards when they channel their respective wind.
So basically, what I think he's saying is you need to go here,
No.
and the
Because-
fire will go this way.
Pretty much.
Uh,
But I can start it where the spider is, so basically it will start here and then extend downward, like in.
Yeah.
Basically, I can't even draw right now.
I
Sort of
thought you
like
wanted.
that.
okay.
I thought you wanted the spider to go over here somewhere and then.
Basically, I wanted to go to the end, toward the direction of where I'm trying to send the fire.
Okay, well, I'm gonna move out of the way. And I'm also gonna tell the spider to move out of the way and have it come stand in front of me.
So you don't want the spider to be on fire.
I, by divine mandate, can't just let you hit my friendly spider.
I think he's trying to time it so that it happens as the spider comes out of your control.
Pretty
There's
much.
not any way to time that.
Mhm.
Unless I just wait, can I release it early?
Yeah, sure. You can basically sort of say to Tal that your business with this creature is concluded and let it return to its natural ways.
And then
Alright,
watch
then I'll
me
move
crit,
to there and I'll release the spider.
and then watch me
Alright.
crit fail on my firewall.
Yep. So, yeah, the spider is released from Tal's miracle. And as much as the spider can, it seems to be confused. It kind of cleans its front legs with its little tiny front legs. And then it starts to scurry forward.
Wow.
Critical success.
Okay, this means a lot of things are happening because I critted on my channeling, which means I get a miscast, and I critted on my spell, which I think means I get a miscast.
Which means
Oh, this
what?
is gonna be fun. Very fun.
Wait, you
Very
get miscast for crit?
Yes.
Crits basically mean that there's a lot of very powerful magic around me.
So this is what happens when you cast magic while more sleep is high.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm getting I think 2 minor miscasts, but also a crit. So critical casting, I can choose one effect. So I can have it either be a critical cast, so it inflicts a critical wound on top of any damage it does. Or it's cast regardless of its CN. I channeled, so there is no CN. And if it's got enough CN, it can't be dispelled. So I'm doing a critical wound on top of any damage I do. Damage of firewall should be
Equal to your willpower bonus handled like magic missile.
which is usually willpower bonus, I think, plus success levels in this case. Should
4.
be 4 plus my willpower bonus of 4, so 8 fire damage, and it is a blaze.
Okay. All right, real quick, Lorelei, please give me a plus 20 agility check because you were already moving to kind of throw yourself down the corridor.
Now, I am sending it southward though, so
Yes,
it's not
you are
directed
sending.
toward her.
No, I know it's not, but you are sending a massive wall of flame that is willpower bonus yards wide in a. You're basically making a fucking rocket tube.
You threw a Kamehameha down that tube, and now it's.
Yeah. Okay, so Lorelei, this time you are willingly going to throw yourself face first on the ground, but you will manage to dive basically this way, and you will feel the wash of heat over your head as Thomas's spell goes off.
This is where the whole spell confuses, because it's my willpower bonus here. It's wide but one deep. I didn't know if I could angle that to be only away from me or sideways.
I assume when it says wide, it's talking about
Length?
effectively the length of the wall. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Because
can I
it's
choose
the-
the direction of it? So it would be like 4 that way and only 1 this way, or did it always have to be 4 wide and only 1?
See, to me, deep is how far through the wall goes.
So basically, though, you don't have any talents like the instinctive diction talent or the other one, do you?
The what or the what?
No,
But either way,
okay.
he still picks the orientation of it though. So if it's
Yeah.
1 deep and 4 wide, he can just say effectively, okay, well, this is my wall.
Yep, but he's still channeling fire down a closed tube
Yeah.
that has 2 outlets.
Yes.
And where Lorelei was, she was close enough that the blowback might have singed her face a bit.
I guess I live down here now.
No, it'll be fine because it will pass soon enough. Yeah.
It'll pass in 4 rounds, which I
It'll
can
pass.
I can extend that if I wanted to because I got overcast.
Well, it's up to you if you want to extend that, but
I will. No, I'm going to extend the wall further down to its nest.
yeah. Basically, you are just going to scour out the webs.
Yeah, I'm basically
Did they,
increasing it
nobody
by.
checked the wrap things, did they?
Yeah.
No, and
Well-
they are mostly just singed to bone now.
Well, none of them were alive.
They'd probably been down there for days or weeks.
They didn't
Spiders-
have portraits, so
Spiders don't eat that fast, like that often.
But they would be dead.
Yes. And okay, so how much damage did you do in total?
It's just 8 fire damage plus it's on fire and 1 ablaze condition.
Mm-hmm.
I had to lower fire thing so I can add a second one because lower fire.
Yep. Okay.
You can also add a critical wound on top of that. because of your
I
critical
did. I am adding a critical option on top, and I have to roll twice on the minor miscast table.
All right.
Yay.
Roll your minor miscasts first.
So first minor miscast, 72. All language tests, including casting tests, are for a -10 penalty for 1d10 rounds.
All right.
thank
Roll your
God.
1d10.
2.
So basically for about 10 seconds.
Yeah, and I
Now
think
the
that's
other-
just
And your
me.
second mishap.
51. All alcohol within 1d100 yards goes bad.
Ooh.
you son of a bitch.
That sucks for any taverns above.
Within 29 yards. It's not far.
Thankfully, there's no taverns immediately above you where you are at the moment. But did anybody have like a wineskin or like a thing of booze on them?
I am so thankful I kept the Bretonian wine at her house.
As I say, though I do have some of that expensive wine we took from the tavern we burned down. I don't keep it on me.
Yeah. It's like I kept all the good stuff at her house. Because it's not going to be kept on shift.
See, so I've just ruined any alcohol of anyone that lives directly above us. You
Indeed.
Poor saps.
Indeed.
What
Well,
kind of rock?
thankfully, you're not under the noble quarters at
Oh,
the
God,
moment.
that
anyway.
would be hilarious.
That
would
would
be.
be.
Well, they wouldn't
Uh,
know.
They would.
Yeah, they would, but they wouldn't know it's you.
They wouldn't know who did it yet. All right, and now roll me the 1d100 for
For
the
the
crit location.
9.
9.
To the face.
Well,
That is a head.
9 is the head.
Yep, and 1d100 for the actual critical wounds.
wow, you hit a
65.
really small target.
65. Major
It
ear
doesn't
wound.
have-
3 criticals.
You hit a really small target with a lot of fire.
You hit the smallest target ever because you did an ear wound to her.
To a spider.
Spiders have ears.
But the point
Spiders
is,
have ears?
Well,
They can hear.
they have sensing organs. He hit her in the sensing organs. But the point is that basically she is actually pretty much a glass cannon. And as Aldemar pointed out, endoskeletons are better than exoskeletons because you essentially boiled the spider inside her own shell.
I'm okay with this.
So yes, as just as Talcon and Erwin bring the young girl out to you, Amina, the rest of you will see Thomas light up like a fucking bonfire. And there is just a wall of fire that erupts outward from before him. You don't know where Lorelei went. Basically, when the fire clears, Lorelei is gone. The webs are gone. The fucking bodies that were in the corners were gone. All you can see is the smoldering, curled up corpse of a spider as the legs kind of twist in on each other and then crumble away to dust.
Why do spiders do that? I've always wondered.
Because they lose hydraulic pressure.
This is, well, that's systolic pressure, not
Well,
hydraulic.
yeah.
But yeah, basically you poke a hole in a spider, it just collapses, like because it can't sustain itself if it has any sort of breach in it.
So Thomas is going to sort of step forward as it's kind of crumbling in and just snap off one of the charred legs for himself.
Okay.
I will say that there is enough of the body left that you can get some samples of chitin and miscellaneous fluids, but you don't know how well what they kind of are because it was well and truly roasted.
So the burning will be there for about the next 20-25 seconds and then it will just dissipate.
Yeah. And the corridor is hot now.
You know, Lorelei can just walk around the other way, right?
Can she?
We don't
Can
know.
she?
We haven't actually seen there, though she can go look if she wants to.
Do you want to go look to see if you can just walk around the other way, Lorelei?
Well, first I'm going to offer a call, because sorry about your spider, bro.
Nothing you
And on
can do
that
to
note,
control the wizard.
while the fire was lit up, could I see any further down this corridor?
Yes. Actually, I will allow that while there was fire, you will be able to see that no, she could not have walked around.
She can jump.
I mean, I could.
She could try.
We all know how that goes for us, falling into the river, nearly getting, poops.
Oh god, that last thing.
Do it,
You're
Lorelei.
like getting-
Jump.
Well, since Aldemar supports it, I'm totally going to fuck you.
I was going to say, remember Keyleth and the cliff, Andy. It won't end well.
Hold on.
All you need to.
1 second.
Are you saying you don't have the leaping stag miracle?
Not yet. I'm gonna get it. Eventually.
So I had asked if I could harvest, if there was any way to
Yeah.
get the venom sacs.
Yeah. No, I just said in the chat, basically, you're not going to get any identifiable venom sacs because literally it was boiled inside its own
Yeah.
exoskeleton. But there is some goo inside, and there is chitin, and you can take bits.
Okay. I could tell where the front fangs were,
Yeah.
so I mean I can harvest right behind there.
Mm-hmm.
I think having thoroughly charred it, Thomas is going to sort of just wander past towards its nest, whistling to himself happily.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get that harvested, and now I'm gonna check on the little girl.
Okay, yeah, she is unconscious, but still breathing. She doesn't seem to be bleeding from anywhere. The wound on her arm is very livid. It's very angry looking, and you can see that the venom has kind of tracked up along her veins. You roll a healing test for me, please.
And I'll assist on the healing test.
Yeah.
We
Well,
might
this
need
is. I was gonna say this is more to know things than actually heal her.
No, fair enough.
But you
can
can-
need a
you-
life wizard or a Shalia priest.
Yeah, pretty much. Amina will know that that this is beyond her skill as an apothecary. This is something that Reeve's right. or unless that was Aldemar who said that. Whoever said that is right. That this
Aldemar would have said that.
this will need either a priestess of Shalia or a life wizard. She is not dead yet because she was only bitten very recently. You
she needs
think
help.
from looking at the wound, it was probably within the last few hours, but she needs help quite quickly.
Well, honestly, it'll probably be easier to find a priestess of Shalia
Hmm.
than a life wizard.
Well, we still have a job to do, so maybe her friends can take her to a priest of Shalia. Sleep, but that kind of is what it is.
Because, yeah, what's it they've got? Yeah, it's bitter catharsis. Yeah, Shalian priest can just get rid of any disease.
Okay, I will promise at this point that if you want to send Wen and Theobald to accompany the girls to find a priestess and to take them to safety, no harm will come to them. I'm not going to punish you for splitting the party in that way.
Fully support that plan.
I support it.
Okay.
But Wyndon had to see the spider, but I had to. I had to live with that memory.
Theobald can carry the one that's unconscious.
Yep. But the priest can take care of the women.
Yeah. So yeah, everybody on board with Plan Theobald takes them to a priest?
And Wen just
and
tags
Wen
along.
Or just Theobald?
Well, it's up to you
Wen
if you want Wen
tags
to come
along.
with you or go out with them.
Wen can be another kind of friendly hand, help look after these young girls that have been in, dire straits.
Yeah, Sigmar would probably smile kindly on that, but
Aldemar?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright.
It's don't get any ideas when you're married to Sigmar now.
What?
Huh?
And he's just gonna blush at that.
He's like, huh? Huh?
Alright, so Theobald will see them all off to take them to the nearest temple of Shalia. So you have got the unexplored depths. You can go this direction or this direction. Or you may have seen some snotlings in this direction.
I'd say it's greenskins. I was willing to make a brief detour to, rescue the innocent, but we must find these greenskins and we need to kill every single one of them.
Laura and I think since I just charted out everything in this nest, we were just going to have a quick look around and have a quick poke beyond it to see if there was anything here, or then we'd probably double back to the rest.
Yeah, as it looked like down the corridor down south. Is there anything else like horrible, nasty
problems?
There's probably still some embers floating around as well from webbing that's still burning.
Yep, just bear with me 2 seconds. Okay. Alright, so you're going to see that the corridor takes a turn.
Let's have a quick look around in the corner and then we'll regroup.
Okay. Okay.
Well, you've got the lanterns. You got to go in front.
Yeah. I'm probably also still quite fiery.
Surprise!
Oh fuck! I found the naked man.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew the thing was just lurking down there.
Oh fuck.
We should focus on one thing at a time.
And he sees you.
Like you were here shouting and possibly explosions.
It's okay. They asked for this. They can deal with it.
We did ask.
This sewer system is hot garbage. Literally at the moment.
It smells a bit.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
I'm surprised he's still lingering here, considering this corridor from right here all the way to here would have been on fire.
Well, as you saw him, he was turning to run out the other way. And actually, you can see beyond with the shining of your light that the room beyond is full of skeletons of men, women, and children.
Mhm.
Fucking cannibal.
Wonderful.
You know, it feels kind of weird that the, generic crazy person we chased in here might actually be the least dangerous thing in this sewer.
I don't believe that for a second.
Well, bigger kill count than the widow. So
Fact.
That's what I'm saying. Giant spider, kill count a couple. Group of thieves, kill count 0. This thing, kill count a bunch.
Yeah, so actually, roll me, please, the two of you. Roll me perception.
Oh, great, there's more of them.
Or we're surprised.
I mean, I'm eternally surprised.
Okay, so Lorelei gets a success. Thomas doesn't.
I might reroll that because I can't do much worse.
Okay. Hey. Okay. You will both notice, actually, that you caught him in the act of fleeing.
oh,
Not
actually fleeing.
not just, oh, hey, you rumbled me, I better move on. He is actually running for his life.
Ooh. Ah.
Hmm.
Stunning.
The two of you can take a guess at what that means, or you can roll intelligence to try and figure it out.
Maybe he doesn't like fire.
Da-da-da-da-da!
Fire bad,
I
no
mean, that makes sense,
skin.
seeing as how this one's
He
full
doesn't
of
have-
fire.
Yeah,
And
he
I
doesn't
just
have
nuked the
skin.
corridor.
So, seeing as you have now seen him in bright light, let me actually share with you exactly what he looks like.
You mean he doesn't look
Yeah,
like that?
well,
He does.
Well, he does, because that's literally the same screenshot. It's just easier to see.
he has his brains outside his skull.
He literally had his skin peeled off.
He has his everything outside his everything.
This
Okay.
man has no dick.
What laws does everybody have?
Nothing.
I have.
Theology.
I have theology.
I have Reikland and magic.
I have
I
Lord
reckon
chemistry,
Bretonian and theology.
medicine, and plants.
Okay, roll me a magic law check, please.
I have beef and local. I don't think either of
You
them
know
work
what?
for this.
I will spend 1 to succeed on that.
Okay. Thomas, you have a vague recollection as the light dances over the glistening, flayed muscles and visible viscera of this creature. You remember reading in one of your master's books many, many years ago of a creature that was created by some strange necromantic magic known as a doppelganger.
Oh.
This creature takes the skin of other people and wears it like a disguise. When he has the skin, he is completely undetectable from the basically he becomes that person. He eats the bodies of his victims and most likely was probably preparing to wear the skin and take the body of the man, but you interrupted him mid-dinner. How dare you? You are very rude.
I'm basically going to be shouting as loud as I can that we found a doppelganger.
A double what?
Oh, what?
Yeah, pretty
I
much
don't know, but it
everybody
needs
else
to
will be
die.
like a doppel what? A ganger who?
Kaioken
that?
what?
He's
just gonna
he's
respond to one
shouting
single
it's
question.
bad.
Which is poisonous? Question mark.
Swipe first, ask questions later.
Skinless cannibal, bad.
But not poisonous.
Hey!
At that
Skinless
one, I'm probably-
cannibal. I've got
At
just
the
a
question of
thing.
At the question of poisonous, I'm probably going to shrug and start getting ready to throw some spells at it.
Cool. I'm gonna charge it.
I got one
Alright.
thing for this. You're gonna have to go through your notes, Vaughn.
Apparently he's charged.
Yeah. What does
It's
it do?
trying to get away.
Yeah. Yeah, he is running in fear. So, but he saw you, so you're not going to get a surprise on the charge. Okay, what is your move, Lorelai?
My move is 4.
Okay. His is also 4. So he will have kept ahead of you.
I can still hit him with something.
Also, I feel like that girl may have deserved to get eaten because the path that she took to get captured by the spider is right next to the path to
The
freedom.
Yes.
But she might have gotten caught like right here potentially.
Okay, as I'd say, I feel like I probably absolutely need to stop this thing, so I'm gonna keep chasing it.
Do we
Alright,
have
no
time
problems.
to run up at all?
Thomas will have been shouting, so you can run to basically either try and come this way and catch them up, or you can try going around the alternate route.
Like sort of this direction.
Yeah.
So how do we want to do this pursuit?
I'm going to
Alright.
go around the other way because he's got shorter legs, so he won't catch up the other way.
Is this system one that had a chasing?
It does.
Yes, it does.
Excellent. Excellent. Let me
It's under
find it.
pursuit rules, if I remember right, calling.
Pursuit.
Do you wanna? Okay, this
Yep,
is
page 166.
Excellent.
rules for
Thank you.
this, but if you have like a spear or something, could you toss it on the creature's left side so he will have to dodge to the right and into this tunnel where he will be trapped?
Well, as I'd say, if we're doing the pursuit test, then it's just I don't know if I can like take a shot at it, but if I can, then I've got a bow. I'll just swing a fucking arrow at it.
If you have bow out already and string
Was
on it,
pure
I guess.
reach.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was about where I thought it was anyway. So that's about
Like-
right.
I presume it's perpetually stringed. I think
Yeah,
L5R is
that's the
the
thing.
only system that bothers to try to keep track of the whole strung or unstrung bow.
As I'd say, it's one of those things that when I'm going out, I use string my bow. When it's just sitting in the barracks,
Yeah.
unstrung.
No, I mean this system. Yeah, your bow is strung. It's not unstrung. Everything moving the test.
We were technically
over
on duty anyway, so.
athletics. Update the distance. The lowest SL of the pursued and the highest SL of the pursued is compared. The distance between them is added as the distance subtracted. Okay. Do you have athletics, Lorelai?
Well, I have athletics, but I do not have athletics trained. Athletics is a
Okay.
basic skill.
No, that's fine. What's the penalty for rolling an untrained basic skill?
Nothing.
Shouldn't be any.
There is
Okay.
no
It's
penalty.
just you just roll the basic skill test.
Correct.
Yes.
All right, cool. And athletics is off agility, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, roll your agility, Lorelai. Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh no.
job.
I'm gonna go ahead and re-roll that.
I mean,
Got one fortune point left.
Yep.
I could also try and chase it with you.
Yeah, you can try as well. I'll let you start up next to Lorelai. Like, basically, you both ran in at the same time after this thing.
So you
All
guys.
right, so I'm at -1.
Okay. So this then goes.
It's an opposed check, by the way, so we had to see
Yeah.
what he threw.
He did. He rolled a 7.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a pretty. Oh Jesus Christ!
That I'm gonna spend a point on because I definitely there's only one number I can roll worse.
Where did that go?
Gonna be
Boom.
falling into the course fit.
3.
Look at that.
Okay.
Critical.
Lowest SL of the lowest SL of the pursuer, highest SL of the pursuers, and the difference between them is added and subtracted if.
Don't worry, Lorelai,
difference
I know
between
the
them.
way.
Okay.
What do we do?
Okay.
Gonna shout
I
back,
will-
try to cut it off.
Yeah, I will let you all take a run movement while this is happening. This is more these guys are just trying to. I think he basically just keeps the same distance ahead of you for the moment because you both got the same SL.
Probably.
Okay. All right. Yep. Cool. All right. Good. Just let me do this. You're gonna see that. Okay. He is going to. All right. Because Thomas got a critical on his athletics, I will let the both of you decide if you're going to do anything to try and steer his direction while you're chasing him.
Fireball.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Wait,
try and throw a spell down his left side to try and steer him to the right if I can.
Okay.
Same thing with an arrow.
Okay. So, yeah. All right. Roll whatever you need to roll.
Swing and miss.
Okay.
Wow. Good try.
Okay, so he's going to keep running. And then going to despite the fact that you two see it like miss him, he does start to go this way, but then sees the rest of you up here and basically kind of skids and doubles back this way.
So do we gain on them a bit?
You will gain on him a bit. He's going to go out here.
Yeah, we're gonna have to run into the darkness.
Well, still holding a lantern, so I'll be lighting
Yep.
up as I go.
Yep. So I will get you guys to. Let me just make sure I've got the right. There we go.
Come back here and face judgment.
No!
Betcha. We're just gonna bash your brains out.
So let me just get my thoughts in order. All right, everybody, please roll your initiative for me because this is now officially a combat.
Do need to get the initiative counter.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not a 1.
Hooray! Yep, initiative tracker. Oh shit, let me clear the damn thing. Okay.
Ow.
I'll roll mine, then Carbanogs.
He gets a turn, and you get a turn, and I have to move the map because I can't put a turn on for you. And then you all get turns.
Nope, wrong one. 12.
Alright, everybody roll, do your initiatives in the order and let me know when you're done. Okay, while you all are doing that, I will do... Okay, so you guys basically get to make it to here. To here.
Awesome.
Okay, everybody got your turns in?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, excellent.
Just waiting for ugly naked guy.
Descending. Once again, Talcon is highest in the air.
So
It's pretty high up in the order.
they got to move up, but we didn't get to move up.
Yeah, you all can come up as well. Just
Okay.
that, yeah, I was trying to move them so I knew where everybody was going at the time. Also, while you're there, you come across this area is a dry portion of the sewer again. But it is absolutely filled with bones and refuse, and once you're down here you realize that this is just essentially a giant fucking rat's nest, and you can
Wonderful.
see dozens of rats squirming around your feet.
Carabanog's
these are
happy.
rats.
Yeah, those are rats. Cabanog is actually going to lose his turn because he is seeing the rats and he is chasing the rats. There are so many rats.
But the man ran.
The man ran, but the rats are his most important job.
They are literally his bread and butter.
Indeed. The rats are his job. And everybody please to roll perception for me.
Perception.
Nope.
Gonna see all this. Okay. Thomas and Erwin, you will see you'll almost miss it in just the scratchings and sort of chips that have come out of the walls. The masonry down here is very old, it's crumbling. And there's a lot of scratches from unknown sources in the brickwork and the stonework, but you will see a symbol that you remember seeing before on a boat when you were being attacked by rats the size of men.
Oh shit. We need to get out of here. We need to get this guy and get the fuck out.
Sorry, what?
Rat symbols.
Symbols.
Oh, what is it?
A rat symbol.
Wait, we've got the triangle.
Oh yes.
We got the triangle.
Ah, crap.
What's that? I missed?
Eaten by Skaven. But
Oh, I
it's your
just-
turn. So you need to get this guy before he gets
He's running.
deeper inside.
Right your nest of Skaven. Why could we have just gone and killed the goddamn goblins?
I know, right?
Well, he was about to run anyway, so. Anyways, charge!
Okay, just give me 2 seconds.
Why did the dog have to distract the rats?
That's why
Be
I'm
something
sitting here
I
going,
don't-
man ran.
God, Talcon runs forward, the Doppelganger just swing
He's
around and just take Talcon's
trained.
head off.
He's trained for war. Man running.
He's
rats.
trained for war, but there are so many rats down here, and they are so big and so fat. And they are running too when you all come running through here.
Yep.
And
Gotta
the
say
guy that trained him isn't here to be like, hey, no, that one.
To be fair to the dog, it's not like he's running from fighting. I'd say the biggest
No.
issue is the dog not being able to understand, like the humans do, what our primary objective is.
Yes.
I am fearless.
Excellent. Well done. And yeah, just also with that crystal, that once if you wound him, he will become paralyzed once your number of success level sorry, not your number of success level. He will become paralyzed after a certain number of turns. I've got to fucking find that in my notes again. So you'll paralyze him immediately on a crit. It will happen within a certain number of turns based on sort of what damage you do to him if you just get ordinary wounds.
I
Okay.
think he's not
This-
surprised, is he?
This
Use-
is an intelligent undead, right?
He is intelligent. He is looking back at you. He is aware of you. He is not just blindly fleeing. He seems to have, well, he changed tactic once he saw you coming across the bridge. So yes, he is intelligent.
And he is
And-
necromantic.
Yes. And yes, okay, Talcon. So that's your willpower. Excellent. What are you actually doing to him, Talcon?
I'm trying to smack him in the head.
All right, roll your attack then.
Striking
Did
the
you-
sun, by the way. So
Yep.
AM will be striking the
Did you-
head.
You charge him or something,
Yeah, I charged
so
him.
you have
Yeah, so you get
advantage.
Because
you get
otherwise
your
he's gonna run
advantage.
away.
Yeah, you get
Yeah.
your advantage from the charge, so don't forget that.
This is the worst idea. This is all the worst ideas.
I have faith in you.
Let's
We
see.
believe
I
in
have,
you.
let's see. Plus 10 from the advantage. Plus 10 from the
Mhm.
small size. No, he's not surprised because. Yeah, I think he's already noticed this.
He knows you're chasing him now.
Hey, it actually worked.
Okay, so you get a success. What does he get? Oh, he fails. You actually do hit him.
Here's
right
Talkin.
With the Jimmy bar.
Yeah.
Doing
And
9
is that an auto
damage.
stun if he failed?
It's not also, and I got to roll my strength against his, but I still try. It's still an attempt.
All right. Yep. So how many wounds is that for that? That
9.
is
2 plus 4 plus 3.
okay. Not a problem. So yeah, that is 9 wounds. Okay.
Now strength check. Posing.
Noted.
Good
Remember,
luck.
you'll get another advantage because you hit him.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, yes, so do your strength check. Okay.
Well, it's not as bad as I'd hoped.
No, that should be a
So
plus
is that
20.
yeah, I was gonna say you've got 2 advantage on him for that.
Oh yeah, sorry.
So you
I
get
forgot,
plus
I
20.
forgot it counts as well.
All combat checks count,
Yeah.
and this is arguably a combat.
No, this is a combat check. This counts. So okay.
Yes. Right now,
He rolls an
Talkin should-
endurance test, by the way. Not a strength check.
Okay, what's endurance based on?
I think it's toughness.
Yeah.
Okay, so he fails by 1 degree.
He gains
by
a
1
stun
success
condition.
level.
I get
Okay,
another advantage. That means I get
excellent.
3.
Yep.
So you stacked up 3.
Can he be stunned?
He can.
Okay.
His brain is out in the open, and he just whacked it with a Jimmy bar.
Considering that in the 40k RPGs, there was only one trait that prevented you from being stunned.
Yeah,
Outside
and
of
very
talent.
few things had it.
Okay, so what happens? You're capable of taking action, capable of heart. Okay. Defend yourself in opposed tests. -10 penalty to all tests. Okay. All right. Where did that go? All right, good to know. He's got that happening, so let's put a. Let's put that on him because you wanged him round the head.
Wang.
Alright, Talcum. Cabanog is going to go ham at this fucking pack of rats. He is having the time of his life. We're not going to bother rolling for anything because he is just straight up killing the rats. That is what he do.
Okay, I'll collect some rats after this is over, probably for Theobald.
Yeah,
For good.
collect at
care-
least the tails for your husband. Not husband. Ah! for
Brother!
your brother.
You
Wow.
awful.
What
That
Apparently
was.
this
Sorry, I got
is
pulled away.
Alabama. Who knew?
We briefly visited Fantasy Alabama.
Indeed. Well, basically, I called Theobald Ermina's husband, not her brother.
Your husband.
Why has my brain suddenly turned to jelly? What is wrong with me? Am I having a stroke?
Yes.
Okay,
Smell
good.
toast.
Good to know. I don't smell toast, but shit is kind of.
Do you smell
I'm
copper?
actually feeling kind of dizzy at the moment. All right, here for his part, he is just gonna kind of just and then shamble this way.
Shambling.
Asshole,
Well,
get
he's
back here.
trying to run, but he got stunned.
What does stun actually do that I look? I don't actually know what it does.
He can only
reduce
move
his
half
half.
his normal. Yeah, can only move half his normal movement. So he could have run 12, but he is only capable of walking now, basically.
Also, that means I get a. That also means I
Yes.
get an
And
opportunity to attack.
yes, you do get an attack of opportunity. Yes.
Whack him again.
I also get an additional advantage because
Free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's because he's stunned. Any opponent trying to strike you in melee gains +1 advantage before rolling the attack, so you get +1 advantage from that as before you even hit him with the attack before you even roll the attack opportunity.
Duncan suddenly doing damage.
Collect 2 more and then you can summon the dragon.
Yeah.
Rolling plus 50.
50.
No, plus 60 because I'm small.
Dunk him in the junk.
Wow, that was a very terrible roll, but still worked.
Were you rolling to stun again?
Yes.
All right.
Well, I can always roll the stun because I can always smack him in the head. Because basically, stun, it gives me free call shot to the head anyway.
No, he definitely doesn't get that. So yeah, he takes another stun
I'm getting an echo.
condition. Yeah, who am I echoing off of?
Unsure.
What about now? Yeah, I'm still getting an echo. I've been for a while. I don't know if someone's microphone
Hellion.
is.
I'm not echoing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Nobody knows. All right, so let's put another little doodly bobber on him.
I think
Look at my rainbow of advantage.
And no, he fails that again. Which means he's now got 2 stun conditions and he's taken another 9 damage, hasn't he?
6.
6.
6. Oh, because he got no success levels. Okay, cool.
Unless he's got any armor.
Quick, I'm getting him brain damage. Go smack him. I killed the GM.
How much armor do you think this man has?
I don't know. He's an unholy abomination.
He's naked and skinless.
All right, yes, it's Aldamar's turn.
Smite him.
Smite him, oh mighty smiter.
Please don't be something around this corner that's going to scare the shit out of me.
Just go round. There's like 20 rats there.
Boo! There's nothing there.
The third grade looks pretty scary.
I know.
Sigmar, blessed Sigmar, scour this abomination.
Actually, above the sewer grate is another triangle marking.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, it's chock full of fucking Skaven then. Good to know.
Soulfire.
We should set fire to it.
Any modifiers?
Modifiers. You have seen this man taking some skin, and it's an undead abomination, so you will get a +10 to that.
Isn't there anything for stunned?
No, he gets penalties to his anything he tries to do.
Okay. And he's an undead, right?
See, this is the thing, is that it doesn't really go into the details of that in the actual splat for him. But given what he is, I'm going to rule that, yeah, he counts as undead.
Or wouldn't it count as a servant of ruinous powers?
Nope. He's not chaos.
Oh, really?
I would say, though, undead.
Let's see.
He's an abomination created by necromancy.
That's 2, and I can burn 6 more, so that's 2. That's 8 damage straight to wounds, and he's ablaze. Also, fuck these rats.
He's like, we're sorry, Kerbenog, but we don't need you to be distracted right now.
Okay, so to start with, this pile of rats is not actually a character token, so I'm just gonna
Scribble.
no. Crystal's got it right.
This doesn't exist.
It's just,
They're on
there's
fire.
just a lot of flaming rats.
Let's put some red in for contrast.
Yeah, that's
There
good.
we go.
It'll do.
What?
The rats are on
That's
fire.
I chose
They're
not to
part of
exempt
the-
the rat from my vengeance.
Okay, I need you to please roll 1d100 for me, Sizer.
Alright. Yeah, it's could have done better.
Okay.
You
What
crit.
is the location?
That's body.
32 is body. Excellent. Roll your crit damage, please.
Is it body?
It's 1d100.
Yep.
Pretty sure 30 body.
It's right arm. It's like 25 to 44 is right arm.
Okay, right arm. All right. 54. Okay, clean break. I don't know how fire breaks an arm, but there you go.
Charges and cracks the bones.
Yeah, basically.
Makes it nice.
Okay.
And gains another
Was-
stunned condition.
I don't think.
If he
Yes.
can't pass
They
a
stack, yeah.
minus 10.
Except he is now actually unconscious.
And on
Yay.
fire.
Yeah.
Because he's actually, well, undead. So we won't just burn him. We're going to keep burning him. Your
Yep.
soul. Oh, Sigmar will burn your soul, or what passes for it.
Yeah, because this thing we want to completely destroy. It's an
Yes.
abomination.
Indeed. And yes, the fire will light up the corridor beyond that. You are pretty sure that is where he was aiming to go, because you can't see any other exit from this area unless he was going to go down the grate, which is possible as well. But yes, he is collapsed on the edge of this sewer, this dry sewer ditch, burning and crackling. The smell is uncomfortably like roasting pork. It's a very sweet smell. And given that none of you have eaten since the sun went down, you get kind of hungry. But that is it. That is the sad, sad tale of the doppelganger.
I'm not feeling very sad about the tale.
He is a burned and charred corpse.
I'll collect Carbonog's bundle of rat corpses for Theobald to show he was a good dog.
Roll me 1d10 for him.
Just gets the one rat.
No, he gets 7 rats.
That's a good collection of rats.
That is. That's a very good collection of rats.
Big plump ones.
Indeed.
Mhm.
Great big fatty ratties.
Does anybody want to rifle through the doppelganger's pockets?
He's only got one pocket.
Let's just go ahead and just reach into the abdomen where you can clearly see all the organs. And do I find anything amongst the liver?
So Lorelai's gonna make a sad sound because she was hoping to make a new cloak.
Out of what?
Muscle and
That's what the
sinew?
sad sound.
You know, if you want to rifle through things, there's an entire room full of skeletons.
Yeah. And a trash pile. There's a lot of trash piles down here.
Actually, yeah, fuck it, let's go rummaging.
Okay, well, I wasn't prepared for you to rummage in the trash pile, so I don't have any loot for you right now.
Unfortunate.
You find one copper piece.
Basically, yeah, you're gonna find another handful of copper. Got a few boards and nails and things like that.
Found a collection of buttons.
Indeed.
No.
See, what I like about this is the fact that you actually could have avoided the whole side tracking thing and found him by going the other way.
But we didn't.
But you were like, I'm going everywhere.
We got distracted because we heard voices, and the voices led us to women, and then the women led us to a spider, and the spider, because I set it on fire, led me to him.
But we have greenskins up here.
Yes, now Audemars, you said something about snotling?
Yes. Oh god. I'm actually torn here because there's greenskins up there we have to go and kill. Like I have to go and kill. I will get Sigmar will blast the shit out of me if I let them go. On the other hand, we have signs that there's Skaven probably around here.
Well, the Skaven are still going to be here. The goblins are still going to be there. And the goblins are...
Why doesn't
Still gonna be there?
Talson,
My logic wins the one.
with his not very, with his little self, go peek around that corner?
I'm nowhere near you with a lantern right now, so you could go around there and not have to worry about the bright light behind you.
Goodbye vantage points. Anyway, I'll go check things out.
All right, not a
Good
problem.
grief.
Okay, so you see a corridor.
Driving.
Dun, 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 dun.
This place is bigger than I thought.
We're
And
getting
if we go,
further and further away from those goblins.
yep.
Yeah.
Let's go deal
I
with the
think the Skaven
goblins.
would still be here. We should deal with the goblins.
All right, I am gonna say then that we'll leave it there because you don't know what you're gonna find in the goblin lair. Is there a goblin lair? Is there maybe just an infestation of snotlings? Who knows?
Ermina's gonna pat Kerbanog, covered in rat blood, on the head.
Before we do that, though, we may want to go up to this corridor before, in case we have like a 2 or 3 week break, in case we forget. That way, we at least know where we're trying to go.
That's fair. Yeah, I'll let you all. Actually, you know what? I will let you all move yourselves up here, up
Near the giant
up to
mushroom.
here, so that you can see what lies ahead.
Like here?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna get the mushroom sample.
Just don't lick it.
Okay, and I will bring back. We will say that Wen and Theobald, by the time you get all of this done and start heading up to there, they'll probably be back from showing the girls to.
Escorted them off to some other guards.
Yep.
You know, the
To
one
the
that
Temple of
we
Shine.
ran off from? Our
Yeah,
charge?
like our captain.
Yeah.
Or-
Mostly because I'm really proud of this. Ta-da!
Mushrooms
By the way-
everywhere! Samples.
By the
So
way,
yes.
Win, is the girl dead?
The priestess of Shalia has her.
Okay, good. Now time to kill greenskins.
So yes, this is where we will leave it for tonight. You can see down the corridor with the help of Thomas's lantern. There is many beady-eyed, chittering little green creatures hopping around and screeching, throwing rocks and poop at you, and you can see that this entire area is given over to the cultivation of what look to be so many different kinds of mushrooms. You'll see down this way too. There's mushrooms fucking everywhere.
Fucking spores.
I have one thing I'm concerned about. It's probably not. I'm probably over worried about this, but it's possible. If there's all these mushrooms around here, that could mean a shaman, and that would be bad.
Shit. Okay.
That is for next time for you to find out.
I know how to deal
Mushroom.
with this.
Okay, I think for no particular reason, I feel like Sigmar wants to learn Heed Not the Witch.
I feel like I want to burn things.
Probably a good idea.
Firewall, definitely a fun spell.
I'll say yes. Do you see now, Altor, why this took me most of the day?
Yes, I do. It's much bigger and more complicated than I was expecting.
Although Beacon of Righteous Virtue is tempting because that forces all greenskins to gain fear against all greenskins. So
The power of fear is not to be underestimated. This is why I take it in every game. Like I try and get it to.
But yes, that is 125 XP for everybody.
Sweet.
all right.
All did well. Y'all did very well.
I managed to stun something. I wasn't expecting to do that today.
Yeah, that was really good. My favorite part of that is the doppelganger has actually got really, really shitty stats.
I finally successfully cast fire spells.
Yes.
You did.
It's also your
Including-
first time double miscasting in a row too.
Aldemar's faith in Sigmar has finally reached the point where he can express outwardly how he feels inwardly.
And we can be fire bros together, kind of, but not
Indeed.
really. So
Kind
we both burn things joyfully for very different reasons.
And
But seriously,
Aldemar found out when it comes to interrogation, Ermina was slightly more terrifying and never raised her voice.
But seriously, Uber's right. Needs a better defense force, or they need to check the damn sewers.
No,
Like,
shit.
We already know from our interaction with the town guards that Uber's right, like, awesomely sucks. Which,
Oh, no,
granted,
wait,
was the whole reason we're here to begin with.
Oh wait, no. This explains why there's like 2 or 3 different. No, this explains why there's like 5 different thief guilds in this town, and Talcon's part of one of them. Yeah, that
Pretty
that
much,
explains
yeah.
a lot.
Talcon's part of what?
Heard nothing.
Oh, he's part of this. Right, he's part of the, City Watch, and before that, part of the Church of Sigmar.
Yep.
He's a valuable member of the local community.
The Halfling community loves him.
He's a real man about town. Or halfling about town.
On the plus side, on the plus side, next time we fight, I have something I could get to be on the same size.
Yeah.
And not have to roll fear.
But yes, I like the mushroom garden.
It's very nice, Gearbot.
The fun thing is, we have to find a way across that.
Oh, and incidentally, don't eat any of these mushrooms the greenskins are cultivating.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'll say that you can see down this route. There is actually a bridge. You've just got to get to the bridge.
I'm guessing
Except
is that water rushing through as well.
This
that
is the question.
water is, yeah. Well, the water is moving. It's moving sluggishly up where you are. But it is quite full of refuse and what looks like goblin shit. It does seem to get faster the further down it goes.
Good damn it.
Thing is, there's no bridge across here. I see this bridge. There is no bridge here. There's a bridge there.
So if you want to get across, you're going to have to jump.
Or huck the
try.
halfling.
Or let me do it.
Oh yeah, you got the
I can
bridge.
huck
Fire
halfling.
bridge.
I could build a bridge.
Out of
Fire.
fire. Right.
Nice.
I mean, it's safe to walk across it, mostly.
Mostly.
It'll be really hot. It won't burn you, but it's gonna be really hot.
Well, this is a good place to leave off on.
Yep.
Yep.
And it means that Timo can be involved with some of it next
Yep.
week. Oh, not
I-
next week, next session.
That'd be
It's-
fun trying to tell him everything he missed.
I sent
I
him
made
a
notes.
DM.
You missed all of these things.
I sent him a DM that he has 7 new shiny rats.
On the plus side, he missed out on the spider, which I'm gonna be trying to forget after this, because god damn, that is the creepiest way you could have integrated it into the map.
I was really happy about that too.
It did have extra creep factor.
Mm-hmm. I hate
Because
spiders.
I was messing around with some stuff, and I'm like, and I had a token for it, and I'm like, I don't like how this looks, and then I pulled I pulled just an asset from the free stuff on the fucking marketplace, and it's like, oh, look at that. Hello, spider.
Quick question.
I feel
You can
like
train
we've-
something, like a skill outside of your trained skills, but for double the XP cost, correct?
Yeah.
You have
What
to
do
do
you
that.
have to-
You have to do the thing though for it.
The training one.
endeavor.
Yeah.
You have to go through a training montage.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking what you're after.
Oh, I wanted to put 1 point into melee parry.
Okay.
Just so you have it.
You'll have to
Yeah,
get someone to teach you how to parry.
Fair enough.
So I now have 1 more point into language magic, so it's at plus 20 advancement for 75, and I bump my initiative up to 40.
Excellent.
Nice.
But you'll keep rolling ones on initiative.
Yeah, I will keep rolling once, but at least I have a plus 4 now instead of a plus 3.
I'm probably going to focus on getting my advances to 10 so I can get to my next level when I get an item for it.
I wanted to make sure I was as good as casting as I could be.
Okay. Also, everybody, please mark this down somewhere, whether it's in the journal or whatever. You will get a favor with the local temple of Shalia.
Favor.
All right.
Oh. As in we owe them a favor?
No,
Oh,
as
cool.
in they
We
will
need,
give you one.
we need to send them more dying girls.
I can't remember how to spell Shalia right now off the top of my head.
Well, it's more that you sent them some, basically some new adherents for their flock.
Because, poor girls, stuck out here alone, possibly without their families.
Pretty much.
So they take care of these people.
It was Sigmar that burned your enemies.
Technically not
But
for
you
one of
didn't.
them.
But you didn't send them to the Temple of Sigma, did you?
That's
I
because
mean,
Sigmar doesn't heal dying people. He smites the wicked.
If they had learned the ways of combat, they would not have been captured in the first place.
Exactly.
I still say technically it was actually that burned
that
their
is
main
victim
enemies.
blaming.
Oh, goodness.
Oh,
You.
They technically actually burned their main enemies, so, Sigmar doesn't get to claim anything here.
Sigmar was the only deity involved in their rescue.
Hey, Aldemar. I need you to drink this tiny little vial for me. Tell me if it tastes like strawberries.
No, thank you. We'll discuss this after I, smite the witch that is probably lurking around that corner.
I'm right behind you.
Let's got the green skin witch.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah. Goodness gracious.
Great boys are fine.
I hope everybody enjoyed the evening, though.
If I die, there's no heed not the witch.
As long as you don't heed not this witch.
What was it? I actually need to look that up. How does that work, or does it fuck you over as well?
Probably.
I think it affects all wizards, I think, as well.
Where even is it?
Let's see. Any spells that target anyone or anywhere within fellowship bonus yards of you suffers a penalty to language magic test the other penalties, and I can increase the area of effect. So,
yeah,
I guess, it kind of would mess you up probably, because I'm probably within fellowship bonus yards of whatever it is you want to blast.
I don't know. I also have a quarterstaff, and I'm not afraid to use it.
Think about it. It may not be a shaman.
It's certainly possibly not. It's just when I see a bunch of mushrooms being grown, I think goblin shaman, since they can't get enough of those fucking mushrooms.
Yeah, but what about the other goblin that eat the mushrooms and are really scary?
The fanatics? That's not much better.
That's what I mean. Those are probably worse. Yeah.
That's also true. We could have a bunch of fanatics hopped up on mushrooms. That is very possible.
Yes, we're here to slay all these bastards because otherwise your god will not forgive you.
Yep. Technically, the rest of you have no obligation to, but yes, Sigmar will not forgive me if I ignore the chance to kill a bunch of greens.
So we have no obligation, but at the same time, we're currently now, working for the City Watch, and there's fucking greenskins underneath the city.
We better get overtime and hazard pay for this.
Nope.
I'm just gonna
We get-
wonder
we
what those
get a-
mushrooms taste like.
You get an extra ration of grog with dinner.
Extra serving of brown.
I don't serve
What can I
brown.
say?
Actually, thinking about that, I'd probably eat one of these mushrooms instead.
I know that the Watchmen are probably pretty inured to shit, but how many dead things do we have to bring in for one patrol to impress them?
So we're gonna drag in the burnt corpse of a doppelganger, the charred corpse of a spider, and a bunch of goblins and some slave traffickers.
That's assuming we don't get any Skaven out of this. Though admittedly, we can't show off the Skaven corpses.
So we end up in
yeah.
jail again.
Andy will probably still try and take one for a pelt.
We
Make it a
also
new hat.
need to report this to Lady Noct.
Which part?
Skaven,
All of the above.
doppelganger,
We
slavers.
dealt with everything else.
No. We still have the contact name of the person that was buying the little girls.
Well, yeah.
And even if we took out one group of smugglers, there might be others.
Yeah.
We
Lady
dealt
Noct,
with
it's one
everything in
less.
the sewer.
In this sewer. I don't
This
even
is
want to
one.
know what all the other sewers are like.
Anyway,
Because let's remember, apart from the doppelganger, everything else was completely incidental.
and I think this shows how I'm getting a bit tired because I'm reading through the Miracles of Sigmar, and I thought for a second that you had an ability called Bacon of Righteous Virtue. Which is technically what you just did with your soul fire.
Yes, the thing is, the beacon doesn't actually burn everyone. I just glow like a candle. Inspire everybody.
Yes, I should probably actually see you at dinner because it's 11 o'clock or past it.
Yeah, past
Which is,
it for
it's
you.
something I'm going to want to have. I didn't think it was that critical right now because a beacon of righteous virtue, heat out the witch, are things I definitely want to have, but I expect them to be more important later when we deal with more things that cause a lot of fear or magic casters.
Though it will fear the goblins if you go charging in with it.
But yes, that's the thing. I was tempted to get that instead because because it's fear effect on greenskins. Because they remember what Sigmar did to them.
The snotlings
Yeah.
don't.
They still count as greenskins, so
True. The snotlings
will-
are currently throwing poop at you.
they will instinctively fear Sigmar.
Yeah, but you're not going to be able to get that in time anyway.
Da-da-da-da-da. But yes, I hope everybody enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody rightly fears what is in the sewers under Ubersreich.
I finally got to burn things.
Lady Noct, your sewers are worse than alt doors, which I didn't think was possible.
The thing is, I got to do one thing. Well, I technically did two things. I got to do one thing, though. I killed a man with a dagger. And he wasn't a friendly.
You also
Poor
intimidated a
Frederick.
dude after saving his life.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
I actually just manipulated his lack of knowledge in the department of poisons. She could have been holding up a vial of poison, or she could have been holding up a bottle of water, a little vial of water. He doesn't
Yeah.
know.
Nobody knows. Exactly. Alright, I will catch all of you. I'll catch most of you tomorrow.
Yes.
Indeed. And
Uh,
anyone
so,
that don't will be next week.
Though, Andy, like submarines?
No, I've talked to him about it.
Oh, barrow trauma?
Yeah.
It didn't really.
Figured ask if you wanna be interested, but
Um,
if you're not interested, that's okay.
Altor,
Yes.
D&D next week? Or is it?
I mean, basically, I see how ready I am, and if I'm capable, and basically let people know. Well, before the Saturday.
Okay.
We might potentially be missing an Andy, depending.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, next week's 50-50.
I was gonna say
And
if
then
you
After that is just not at all.
not at all for what?
2 weeks.
Oh yeah, no. In 2 weeks, I'm 100% out, or I'm playing on an airplane.
Play on an airplane. I'm gonna
Well,
kill
I'm-
you all.
Well, no, it would just be one of those things. If I can get, because there's Wi-Fi in airplanes, it's just one of those things on whether or not I could. If this works well enough, then I'll just have to communicate via text because I won't be able to, talk by virtue of plane engines.
Well, honestly, it might just be a case of if you're not going to be around next week, like for definite, then we'll just put it off until you're actually back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Like I said, that I don't know. I'm gonna be stateside, so this will be taking place at 1 o'clock in the afternoon rather than 3 o'clock in the morning. And it's whether or not I'm doing anything at between 1 to 5 o'clock in that afternoon. If I am, then I will not be available. If I'm not, then I will be available.
That's
We
fair.
shall see.
And
And I'll know next
you will
Friday.
have nothing available between 1 and 5 that afternoon.
It's basically just if my little sister wants to do something during the day or during the
That's
evening.
fair.
That's fair. All right. Catch you guys later.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah.
Later.
Bye.
Take care, everybody.
Yeah, that was fun.